Hey everyone, we are running a test. Ecamm has apparently upgraded and it's now version 3.8 and I decided to download it. I don't know if any of you happened to just catch me live just a second ago. I tried to go live as one of the features. It's a vertical stream, but it only seemed to work on Facebook. So I don't know if I just did something completely wrong. I'm gonna go back and watch it again. Pretty sure it was a 16:9 with just the center out. Which is weird, because I was like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to work. So let this be a lesson to all of y'all that all of us streamers and experienced people, no matter who you see, we're always practicing, tinkering, learning, all that good stuff. Hey, Dr. Elo, how you doing? 2 days in a row. How you doing? Do you want to come in, by the way? I can always send you a link. If you want to come in, we can have a chat. I don't really have an agenda. I just happened to see Fulgens and someone else. There was a nice lady. They were streaming vertically in Facebook. And when I saw that and they were doing it in Ecamm, I was like, do my eyes deceive me? And I got it to work in Facebook, but I got really excited because I thought, oh, now I can finally live stream to my vertical video channel. But it just didn't work out that way. So I'm a little confused. I'm gonna have to go back and read some more about it because I really thought it was gonna work. And then the one on Twitter, it just said live stream ended. So I don't even think it started. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there. And then I went and watched it on Twitch and it looked like it was a regular 16:9 with just the center cut out. And I was like, that's not what we're going for here. So that's not great. You wanna come in? Okay, tell me where the best place to DM you the link would be. So whether that's Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, you tell me where the best place is to send you a link and I will send it to you. Yeah, maybe you can also tell me, since you also do a ton of live streaming with Ecamm, did I just set up something incorrectly? How come it worked on one but not the other? Are there just weird kinks? Weird kinks? All right, I'm gonna head over to Facebook here. 1 second. And I'm gonna find you, not in a creepy way, but I'm gonna find you, gonna message you. You can do without my, that's not helping anyone. 1 second. I'm copying the link and okay, I put it in the Facebook Messenger, so feel free to check that. Come on in. Dun, 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 dun. I was really excited. I thought that was going to work. Okay, correction. It did work. It just didn't work like I thought it was going to work. So, okay. Sammy Superstar. Hey, how's it going? How are you? Thank you for being here. We're just hanging out. Just talking about some live streaming stuff, growing pains. I was trying to stream vertically. I got all excited thinking it was going to happen, but it only seemed to work on Facebook, which is still, hey, it's something. So if I want to start vertically streaming on Facebook, at least I can do that. Plus I saw they resized some of the overlays. When you throw in a guest, it puts like top and bottom. I mean, that was pretty cool. So like that. I like that. So Sammy Superstar, where are you watching from? Where are you located? Let me know. And then it says that I just got a notification That Pixelpia commented on something. Let me see. Where did you comment? I'm gonna find you. Not in a creepy way. Not in a creepy way. Don't make it weird, people. Let's see here. Hi. Hi, Pia. How's it going? Hello, Tech for Your Needs. Ecamm is great. I love Ecamm. I'm part of that Ecamm fam. And I love that I can catch you guys on any different platform. So I love that restream. Dream Team. All the good things. All right. So. Oh, New Jersey. Sweet. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So if any of you out there have downloaded, because I'm pretty sure this is new in version 3.8, which I know some people have been doing the beta and all that stuff and for a while, but have you been successfully vertically live streaming to not Facebook, so to Twitch and to YouTube? Because that's what I'm really most interested in, because the only way I've successfully ever done it is actually with connecting through Restream with my little Pivo pod. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's like one of those things advertised on Instagram, you know, it has like a little remote and it kind of like rotates around. And that I was once able successfully to vertically live stream to Facebook, YouTube, and to YouTube. All right. Alrighty, I am going to add you to a guest spot. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come in. Awesome. And one second here. Let me make sure I've got my scene with a guest. 1 second. And boom, boom. Welcome to the stream. Hey, how are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great.
Oh, it's nice to see you. It's so funny.
Likewise.
We've had a double dose now because you were hanging out with me yesterday on Twitch.
That's
Much
true.
appreciated. I think you were the only person hanging out with me on Twitch yesterday.
Yeah, I was the only person there.
Hey, you don't have to keep telling people and rubbing it in. Hey.
No, but I was asking for every song, so it was perfect.
That was unnecessary. That was unnecessary. Keep it up. I won't play one of your songs again. I played Four Non-Blondes for you. I murdered Paula. Oh, shoot. Okay, first of all, YouTube, I don't even think it is Monte. Don't come after me. I don't mean that I actually hurt or ended someone's life. I meant he made a request for a song. I did it very, very poorly, and
No, actually, I think it was good.
I murdered the. Oh my gosh! I have to stop saying words like that. Oh man. Anyways, how you doing? You are on Eastern time. Where are you again?
I'm in the Washington D.C.
Washington
area.
D.C. You said that.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what have you been up to today?
Well, today, I got my Go XLR, brand new. So I'm working with that. I'm actually, the first time I use it is now, so, you know, not bad, but I'm still working around it. And just doing some content for probably for Wednesday, I think it is. They have a live stream, yes, Wednesday.
Nice. What's the topic?
The topic is not trying to be perfect on the live stream.
Yes. Heck yes. Oh my God, I love it. Don't give away all your secrets, but you got any nuggets you're going to drop?
Yeah, definitely.
Boom. I'm going to make sure it's muted. Pixelpia, thank you for coming over from Facebook so I don't have to go watch that chat. So now I just have to watch the chat over here. So I'm going to close out that window. So thank you for that. All right. Yes. Tell me all the things.
Sammy's saying that my mic is not on. That's weird.
Yeah, I noticed you sounded a little echoey, but
echoey.
But I mean, it's because of the whole mic thing. So.
Yeah. I guess that's this whole brand new thing that I can't understand yet. But
oh my gosh, I was just saying though, right before you came on, I was like, I failed at this vertical live streaming thing. Well, it was successful on Facebook, but not anywhere else. And I was like, here's the thing is we're always all tinkering and learning and just trying stuff. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, and I feel like that's one of the things. I mean, this is perfect for your talk right there. It's like
Oh
if
yeah.
you waited for everything to be perfect for a live stream, you just wouldn't live stream because there's so many like weird unknowns, and then like something happens, you're on the stream, and then all of a sudden like your video cuts out, or your mic stops working,
There's
or
always something.
weird siren. There's always something, and it's just like, how do you deal with it? How do you keep going? How do you just kind of like, what's the
Just
next
go.
best thing? You just keep going, right?
Yeah. So the correct name of the topic is practice makes perfection. I have to look it up because I have like 7 thumbnails in here. So
Okay.
I was like, oh my god, which one is it?
Well,
So
I
yeah,
always tell people that
practice makes
like,
perfection, and
yeah,
the I can't say this word. Just
iterative.
yes,
I
thank
know.
you.
I saw you start it. I'm like, I know where you're driving this bus. I'm gonna help you with this.
Oh god, it drives me
Iterative.
nuts. I can't say that word, but
You- we know what you mean. We got you.
but at least I know I can't say it. So there's a disclaimer right there. I can't say it. So
You know what's so funny is
yeah.
I used to work in kind of like a office supply type store, and my boss could not say crayons. And it was even worse when I think it was just like it was, I don't know exactly, but she was from a place where maybe it just didn't flow off the tongue. It wasn't like familiar. So the worst was when it was like Crayola crayons, because it's a little bit of a tongue twister. And so then all of a sudden it would be like back to school time or something, and people would be like, do you know where the crayons are? But she would say it crayons, like crans, and be like, yeah, the crayons are right here.
Yeah, I have the same thing with mayor and major. Like I have that thing too. It's my first language is Spanish. I'm from Puerto Rico originally, so English is my second language. Even though I speak it well because my parents put me in good school where I went to all English school first, the 1st 6 years of my life, which I appreciate so much. Yeah, there's always something. There's always something. I was like, I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah. There's
I was
always
talking about
some like really
accents last
difficult
time.
words, like indubitably, or just like really, like there's hard words sometimes.
Whew. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a live stream last week, and it was live streaming with an accent. And I had
Mm.
another friend from Venezuela in there, and it was really good. It was all talking about, even here in the United States, you have so many accents in here. But just imagine people coming from outside the States, and just, trying to talk English correctly. You know?
I love how you air quote
Yeah, there's
correctly.
no correct way.
Oh, I know. And let's not, like, I sympathize with anyone trying to ever like learn English, period, because
Any
we
language.
make all of these rules and then we don't even follow them. Like, we have like better, best, like how we, like have all these like extensions at the end, and then we don't follow them. Like
Bestest.
hardly ever. Just most of the time. And then you're just like, oh, and can you imagine like the way you spell things? Sometimes it just make no sense, and the ph is silent, and then all of a sudden it's like some of the other languages make sense. Like Spanish has very, very good rules
Very strict
around,
guidelines,
right?
yeah.
Like, yeah, English is sometimes it's really difficult. So, and then not to mention all of the words that sound the same, but like are spelled differently, and then you're like,
Oh, yeah.
wait, what? Like, or like blue, or something. And it's just like, no.
So it blew up? No, it's colored blue.
Yeah, the color blue, like it's the worst. It's the worst. So I feel like a lot of other languages have very set, strict rules, and then English is just this like, we're gonna take some of this Greek, and we're gonna take some of this like Latin, we're gonna take some of this French, and we're gonna throw it all together and then make our own rules. Like,
They keep on saying that they don't think my mic is on. Hopefully I'm not speaking to the wind.
well, I do still hear you. I don't know if there's anything, let me see, that I can change in my back end too. Let me see. Let me go to, oh my gosh, I gotta stop that. I just do that. I
Go for it.
randomly, I sing songs that no one wants to hear. You know how that is. Sound effects, system audio, interview. Okay, so it says the interview is up at like 90%. So I
It's
think
up.
that's you.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
know what's so
that's me.
funny? I got a thing, I looked in the back end. It says that my video is not monetized because it's like the yellow one. And I think it's because I said the M word I think it's because, like I said some naughty words at the beginning and they thought I was like actually trying to off someone.
The first 15 minutes.
Oh no. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, I wish though, just not only like live streaming, but just in YouTube in general, there is this whole quest for perfection, or it just doesn't exist, and then like people will delay and delay for years. There was this girl. Oh, I hear me in your audio now.
Really?
Yeah. But do you hear that?
You hear yourself? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. And now I don't hear myself. So I think whatever it is, maybe you got it fixed. So keep talking.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Whew.
Awesome. Awesome. I think we got it now. As I was saying, I have been part of this meetup group where there was this one lady, and she'd been coming for 3 years and always saying like, yeah, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? You could have been started like 3 years ago and had 3 years of progressively from bad getting better videos. And I don't know if you're like really into Clubhouse. On Thursdays, you know how we do this ladies of YouTube type Clubhouse room. There's a girl in there. I'm very proud of her. I left it up on my Instagram TV. We were talking about her right after, where she'd been coming to this Clubhouse room for a couple of months saying that she was going to start her YouTube channel. And finally I was like, Annie, you can't hang out with us if you don't publish a video. So at least she published something. So I kept it up, and I was like, the day that Annie became a YouTuber, because like, I don't know what it is. Everyone has this mental block that like, it's going to be perfect. And like, we all do it. But then like, go back to any of our first videos. They're awful.
Oh.
And we thought that we probably had it locked in and we were rocking it and it was perfect. And think of all the bad videos we didn't even put out because it's so bad. So whatever person is out there, listen to this. There is no perfect like first video. Just
you will never reach perfection.
No, just reality. Get over it, man. Get over it.
It's live streaming. There's always something. So,
oh my gosh, right?
That's the fun of it, actually.
That is the truth. That is the truth. What are they saying?
Look at my sound. My sound was great.
I think you sound good. Oh, Sammy's so nice. He's offering to help. That's very nice. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see. Lola's saying hi.
David Blackman.
Oh, is David out there too?
This is David Blackman. He's from Let's Get Live.
Yeah, absolutely. I recognize him. Yes, every once in a while he'll come in and comment and throw a like on my video. Appreciated. I recognize you. I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah.
He's my website designer, by the way.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I thought you were going to do it yourself last night. We were talking about this.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, he already designed it already.
Yeah, but no.
So I was like, yeah, I just found out this and yeah.
Oh, got it. Well, it's
designed one
any of those free websites, and they're not going to look beautiful. I'm just saying it's something you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone who's out there, oh, thanks. So for anyone who's out there, we were talking last night on the live stream, and he got lots of special one-on-one time with me because he was the only one on the live stream for an hour.
I didn't say that.
It's fine.
Learn my lesson real quick.
That's right. I was saying, if you are out there and you're really concerned about having a website, you can go to domains.google.com, buy yourself a really cheap domain, usually around $10 to $12. Because Google owns Blogger, you can hook that up for free. Or if you want to do, they have their own internal building site, and you can hook that up, and you can, let's say, instead of a link tree, give yourself a one-page web page. It's a landing page with links out to your different socials, or just a place to put your YouTube videos and embed them so you have one extra place on the internet where they are. So whatever it is, that's basically the cheapest hosting that you can get yourself. So $12, domains.google.com. There you go.
Actually, if you didn't know, David Blackman has a hosting company.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a DV host.
Oh.
And my hosting is with him, and it's super.
That's
super
great.
fast.
That's awesome. I love that when you sometimes like then find out like the people in the community and everything that they can do, and you're just like, wow, right? And like you just never know until you actually start like talking to people, and you're like, oh, you build websites, or oh, you do thumbnails, or oh, you do X, and you're like, yeah. So,
What are you drinking?
oh, it's the Tazo tea. Is it Thursday? Is it Let's Play What's in Your Cup? Here we go. This is the Tazo tea from like Starbucks,
thirsty,
the
that's
concentrate. And then it's mixed in with like carbonated soda water. So it's kind of like a soda water drink. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Like a soda stream.
I love it.
So added that with the concentrate from the passion fruit tea. So.
That's good stuff. It sounds really good, actually.
Oh, Pixel Pia says she has to leave and get the ATEM set up for the next live stream. Oh, wow. Pixel Pia. By the way, Pixel Pia, before you go, I put in a community tab post. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow in replacing the Triple T Tuesday, or sorry, what would you buy it Tuesday? I'm just going to do a live stream for the silver members and above. So if you have a question or something you want me to take a look at with your channel or whatever, I'm going to do live stream for y'all. So, or if you can't make it, drop your question in because I'll get to it and then you can always catch it on the replay. Yeah. And I think I meant you too.
That Tuesday.
And then I said you had your question about the what percentage of videos should be like kind of like each. And I was like, whoo, that's a really good question. We should talk about that on the member live stream. I don't know if you're around tomorrow, but if not, we can talk about it now.
Yeah.
So
I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so we can talk about it then too. Or we can talk about it now and you can talk about a different question tomorrow. Or we could talk about a different question now and talk about that tomorrow. So many things. Yeah. That one is one of those, it's complicated. You know what I mean?
It is.
Because it really depends on like almost like sometimes what you want your channel to also be known for is part of like the DNA and makeup of like what your content structure looks like. Because also once you have like these certain pie buckets or charts or whatever in percentage of your whole channel content strategy, if you have too many that go, let's say 50% live streaming and then like a smaller amount in shorts and you know whatever, if your shorts are the ones that take off, or let's conversely, your Telehue Foods or something and all you have are shorts, 100% of your content, then you're like, okay, now let's get people into like longer videos. Are you shooting yourself in the foot from having all the success from having only, 100% shorts and not integrating others? Or if you've got like gone to the snow dogs like Jessica, right, where she opened up a whole other channel for shorts, got 100,000 people or something like over there, has 1 million people on her main channel, and they're not ready to integrate shorts in, then it becomes also this like, we didn't ask for this, we didn't sign up for this, and why are you doing this to us? So I guess I wanted to ask, what percentage of your content is what now?
So mostly, let's put it this way, about 50-50. It's videos. Actually, let's put it this way. 50 is live streams, 40 is videos, and about 10%, even less, is shorts. And because shorts for me, I don't know, I'm not totally convinced about shorts yet. Like I
love how it's question mark.
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to be convinced about. You don't have to do it
because it's different. Like whenever the engagement is totally different.
Oh yeah.
So for me, it's like, should I do a full video that gives me a lot more engagement than short, or I'll just go on Instagram and put a vertical video, which does a lot better than those shorts.
Well, and one of the things too is the promise of your channel is kind of teaching people how to live stream, right? So it would be weird then if 50% of your channel was about shorts, if instead of like live streaming, when that's like, unless your shorts are about, here's a quick tip about live streaming that you would come back to and like, teach people. So it becomes also then like, is creating one type of content easier for you to pump out than the other? What does that align with the promise of your channel? What does that align with what you want as your potential viewer base, right? And then it becomes kind of like a balancing act, because as someone who is doing a lot of live streaming, I would imagine that the majority, a very large majority of your stuff would either be live streaming or regular videos talking about live streaming. So I'm not surprised at all to see that you only have like a 10%, let's say, of your mix being shorts. And what are the shorts currently about?
They're about live streaming. Most of them about
To like tell people to go watch your long video, or is it like a quick tip inside of the short?
Stuff like that, like get over the tech, go ahead and live stream, do this, not that, like stuff like that. I think it's definitely related. So go live, F the tech. Let me see here. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's live streaming is an art. There's only one hoverboard fiasco that I had that I was in Puerto Rico, but I made me a whole new set of eyebrows. I did put that in there because I found it funny, and it got 648 views. That's the funny part, and the other ones get less. I'm like,
Isn't it funny sometimes when you're like, I didn't think anyone would watch this, and then sometimes they do get views, or
people want to see me fall.
apparently.
I'm like, wow.
Have you seen America's Funniest Home Videos? People love stuff like where other people fall down or, get hurt potentially.
Every day.
Exactly. Right, exactly.
I also watch my YouTube channel every day, so what am I doing? I don't know.
Well, you can't blame them or something if they're really into like Fortnite or Minecraft or whatever else it is, unless you're working the angle of like, this is how you set up your Twitch stream. This is, live streaming is Twitch gaming streaming. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to like work that angle a lot more.
Yeah.
So
a little bit.
you can't feel bad about that. Kids like what they like, or or
oh yeah, it's fine.
other people.
He loves watching my channel too. Sometimes I see him like,
It'll make you feel good. You're like,
oh what?
That's me. That's me.
The best day of my life, yes.
I love it so much. That's so awesome. So, long story long is it really depends.
Yeah,
on the goals of your channel and everything. So I don't think you're doing it necessarily incorrectly. I can't imagine you on your main channel primarily doing a huge percentage of shorts. And I don't know if you think, that you're missing out by not doing it. But
that's what my mind tells me.
yeah, I don't really think that you are, because I find that a lot of the shorts that seem to be the most hit or miss are those like entertaining / emotional charged ones. So I think sometimes I think those educational ones, or even if it is like some quick tip about live streaming or something like that,
They're boring.
It's not that they're boring. It's not. It's just that it's a very specific set of people that would find that interesting, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people like puppies and dogs and food.
Oh yeah.
A lot smaller percentage like live streaming or want to live stream. So that's why like it may not make the most sense for you to do a lot of it. And I don't want you to feel bad that it's not part of like your huge overall like strategy, because I don't know if it would necessarily make sense either.
I'm relieved in reality, because I don't.
Good.
There's a lot of work to put into a short. Might as well just go live streaming.
Yeah.
At the ends of it. You know what
And
I
I
mean?
think, one thing is like, especially instead of just shorts, one thing that I think that could be really cool for, especially if you're live streaming a lot, like Nick Nimmin and Dean Nimmin sometimes do these 3 and 4 hour live streams, right? But sometimes when they do these question and answer periods, the thing that is really beneficial to a specific person is buried inside of that 4-hour live stream and may only be talked about for 5 minutes. So for them, what would be the most beneficial is to hire someone to go through and either timestamp, chapter them, rip them out, upload them onto like a shorter, video, and have it be cut up for, if it is like, what's your best live streaming, like equipment tips. And if that's minutes 30 through 35, then just rip that out and have it be a 5-minute standalone video somewhere else,
Actually, Sammy Superstar is doing that.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely recommend it. In fact, I did was it a live stream or just a regular video? I think it was a regular video about YouTube Shorts, right? because
but
people,
it's video, yeah.
yeah, people just can't seem to get enough of it. And every time I think like everyone and their dog has heard about this, I go into some clubhouse room and like, wait, what? And I'm just like, oh my God, if I have to say this one more time. So I was like, you know what I'll do is just as an experiment, I then decided to take that video about shorts and I broke it up into 20 shorts about shorts. And then I threw up on Pinterest. I'm throwing them up on LinkedIn. I'm putting them on TikTok. I'm putting them like everywhere to germinate and see if something like whatever comes out from it. Because why not? And you know what's really crazy is Pinterest has been, they're like doing these story pins, which are like short videos and stuff over there as well. It's really cool.
Really?
And I don't do anything with Pinterest except for basically share my video every week, you know, with the share button underneath. And I get 3,000 monthly impressions over on Pinterest. But I started doing these story pins and I'm at, hold on. I am now at, it's crazy because this has been over 3 weeks. 321,000 impressions in 3 weeks.
Wow.
I know.
How do you get monetized on that platform?
Well, here's the thing. I was in a clubhouse room with, I'm going to plug in my phone. What's it?
Yep.
I was in a clubhouse room with Kristen from Six Sisters, and she was telling me that they put links to products, like affiliate links to products on Pinterest, and they make like a good 30 to 40% of their overall revenue from Pinterest, from people clicking. Because one thing that's weird about Pinterest, well, not weird, but great about Pinterest, is that people use it not only as a search engine, but people use it when they're ready to buy or try something.
True.
So, you know, all these like wedding decor and, you know, all of this different stuff, like they're like, no, you have no idea. Like
I did it.
kitchen stuff and yeah, like all of this stuff. Like we make a lot of money from, you know, these instant pots or whatever, and we're linking all of this stuff, and it's nuts. So yeah. So I don't think that, well, I think they have huge following over on Pinterest too, and that they've built up, but there is an entire strategy around Pinterest that I'm just not smart enough for because I've never really dabbled in it very much.
I just go check designs with my wife and my sister-in-law, who's a designer as well, and that's it. We check it out, buy stuff, and
right?
it's set for the next 3 months.
Yeah. Oh no, I lost you. My bad. I think I hit the screen share one. Your time in the sun has set. Get off my live stream. I don't know. I'm sorry. You were just gone. I was like, oops, my bad. Anyways, so I just thought that was interesting. But you did, does that help with the question?
Of course it does. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That put my heart to rest, because in reality, I was kind of like, should I be doing it right now? It doesn't make that makes me believe that it doesn't make sense to have more shorts in there. So it's a good answer. So it puts me.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people, it can make sense. Like if you're, you know, a 1 million+ creator over on TikTok and you've got a lot of inventory and YouTube has always seemed pretty scary, then all of a sudden YouTube doesn't seem like such a entry to barrier that's too high when you can literally just repurpose all of your TikToks or something, you know? So I think it's really attracting that kind of short-term attention from people who are like really big on some of those other platforms like Instagram and TikTok, and they're really just trying to get their hands on that attention, you know?
A different world.
It is. And I think it's hard because like it's that buzzword that everyone wants to talk about, but at the same time, like not all content is right for shorts. Not all channels need to use shorts. Not all content matter. Like could really, sometimes it's square peg round hole, you know? It's just like, just because you can doesn't mean like it's best for you or that you should, and you're riding that short-term benefit. But
I felt the impulse to like, wow, this is the trend. What if I don't do stuff that's not in trend right now?
The FOMO, man. The FOMO.
I know. It's like, what? So, I'm happy. Thank you.
Good. No, good. I'm so glad, because I was like, I don't know how to type all that out without being like 3 paragraphs long, and then you being like, it wasn't an answer.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, it's because it's complicated. Like, everyone's a delicate flower sometimes, but they're not, but they are. Like, you know what I mean? Anything else that you want to ask? Questions? All that good stuff? I mean, I got you here.
Yeah. I don't know. I am doing something with, I don't know if you know, right? That I am working for David Foster now.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So there you go. So we're doing a 7-day challenge for live streamers or any type of creator, video, live stream, or podcast. We're doing that right now. Called the 7-day challenge. What a name! Under the Creators Guild.
It works.
That's what we. Yeah, dorks. So yeah. So we're doing that.
No,
now.
I didn't say dorks. I said it works. It works. I didn't call you dorks. No, stop it. I said nothing of the sort. And besides, let's not forget. I mean, did I not say this last night? Like, I would be in that group. I am a nerd. I'm like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. Like, we talked about The Hobbit.
That's why I didn't take it a bad way when I didn't hear it, but heard it. I was like, yeah.
But you didn't hear it because I didn't say that.
I know that. You're dead people.
Sammy
yeah,
Superstar.
Too, so.
If you're out there and you want to come in too, we're just hanging out. We can totally make it a group. Actually, I don't even think I have scenes set up for a 3-person, so that'll be fun. But I mean, we'll get you in here. I'll just mess around with it.
So 3.8.
I just did it today. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and that's why I got all excited because I thought that the vertical live streaming was going to work for me.
What does it have? It has there's a bunch of stuff in it.
Well, and that's, I thought, and it worked on Facebook, but it did not work on YouTube the first time I tried it. So I was like, I don't know what I did, but it didn't work. Or on Twitch.
At least it didn't go to us. I didn't get notified on YouTube, so it probably didn't go through.
No. It was live. It was widescreen
really?
and like me in the center. It wasn't actually like a true vertical stream. Okay. I mean, technically, you only got the vertical video, the middle part of it, but it wasn't like a true, portrait style one. So that was a bummer. Sammy Superstar is doing a live stream soon. What's your live stream going to be about? Let us know. Joseph.
Live streams every single day, literally. That kid is out of control. One day he went 100 days live stream.
Yeah, I did Vlogtober, which was every day in October plus a couple of extra days. And I was thinking almost about doing Veda. And then I just couldn't get my stuff together. And I was just like, oh, no, it's too much. But I might do Veda like August. Yeah.
August or whatever they call it, yeah.
Well,
all kinds of names for it.
One time I did Podmas, where I was trying to do podcasting more regularly. So I decided to do a podcast episode every day in December. So I did that like a few years ago just to try it. And I remember like fighting with my website because it was a WordPress site at the time and trying to FTP something because it would not accept the file. Like it was awful. I remember like just almost losing my entire shit that I think it was somewhere around like day 22 or something like that. Oh no, I already got demonetized. So I mean at this point, shit. Like,
actually, I found I did the After Tech series, one of them live streams, and I didn't get demonetized. I was really surprised.
Nice.
I think they're being a little bit more up to date, I guess, because now tossing around, you hear it. I'm like, back in my day,
which was a Wednesday. He says I'm doing Leda, which is a ripoff of Veda, and what's funny about that is. So I guess technically my Vlogtober was Leda as well because it was a live video every day. And it was so funny. We lost power one night. And I basically just have this set up. I turn on the lights and I do a 5-minute like end of day recap. And that was my Vlogtober. So it was, you can totally watch me just descend into madness because that was just this busy month. I was launching my e-course. I was speaking at a couple of like conferences and I literally was like losing like my mind. And, so I did this Vlogtober, and I remember at one point I did my 5 minutes. I got off because that was the goal, was like 5 minutes a day. And then I got off and it was like 15 minutes later, the lights, the power, just gone, just completely gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, what was I going to do? Because it's on like my smallest channel that has like 100. I hadn't even reached 100 subscribers yet on that channel. I was like, I don't even have my own custom URL yet. I can barely go live on the computer. You know, I can't on the phone very easily. And I just remember like freaking out and being like, what am I going to do? There are literally no one waiting for, like, I think in that entire 31 days, I had someone twice over the course of 31 days accidentally pop into this, like, what's going on here? I think it was Tech for Your Needs one of the days. It's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm slowly descending into madness. I'm doing my 5-minute check-in at the end of, like, it was horrific, but it's kind of funny. I watch back now and I'm just like, wow, Shelly, you've lost it. You've lost your mind. So if you guys want to check out those nuggets, it's over on Shelly Shares Her Day. It was just ridiculous. It was bad.
For me, I had I spent 3 months ago. I'm from Puerto Rico originally, so I went there. We're selling a house, right? Well, we still are. Went there because the tenant left, and he decided to just steal everything. So even the permanent barbecue.
Oh my gosh.
With the pit. So we
God.
went down there. We had to fix all the house. Put it on sale, this and that, right? And power outages were out of control.
Did you hear about that couple in California where they bought the house and the old person, he wasn't old, whatever. The old person who owned it, the previous owner, didn't move out for 15 months. Like, they signed the deal, he got paid, he just wouldn't vacate the premises. And the thing was, because of the big disease that's actually, I can say it's COVID. You can't evict anyone. And so basically he was a squatter in his old house. They were paying the mortgage for 15 months on this house they couldn't even go into.
Messed up.
Right? Is that so messed up? And the law is like, you can't evict him from your own home. And if you try and go in there, it will be trespassing for you. How is that even a thing?
Bought this home. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah. And they're like, excuse me, we bought this home. You signed for it and you're supposed to move out now. And he just didn't. And they just got into their house like last week. Yeah. And now they're like, we don't even want to live here now, you know? Like, he let all the yard go. There's tons of bad memories associated with, like, it just horrible, you know, horrible.
That's like that's intentional.
Oh, yeah. And in fact, I think they were trying to sue him because it was almost like a fraudulent deal because he had no intention of moving out. Like, he went through the entire sales process and had no intention of leaving.
People.
Yeah. And the police, when called, the new people who were trying to take ownership of their own home, they would have been cited for trespassing because apparently the squatters have rights because they can't be evicted during all of, you know, because there's a moratorium on evictions during this time. So you can't even call the police to say, get these people out of my house. And I was just like, and if you piss them off too much, then, you know, they're going to destroy their/your property. So I was thinking about this and I'm like, what is the most petty way that I can be like super petty? You know, like, order a bunch of pizzas to their house with cash on delivery. Find out their email and phone number and like sign them up for every telemarketing / like email thing, you know, email list I can think of.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, keep ordering food to their house. Like, you know, I'm like, but like make them pay. I don't know. I was like, what can I do? But that's me being petty. I cannot imagine for 15 months not being able to go into your own house.
But at the same time, you're being petty for a reason. I would beg.
Right? It's just unheard of. And the fact that, like, I think they were supposed to have an eviction notice, but then they extended the period for, like, they increased the moratorium on eviction. So even when you get this glimmer of hope, this finish line, like, oh, finally, the law's on our side. We're finally going to be able to get this guy out.
What are we protecting here? You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing is he totally misuse the law in this way, because it's supposed to be for people maybe who've lost their jobs, can't make rent, can't have landlords just jacking up the prices and like kicking people out. It's supposed to be for that, and this guy used it to his advantage to keep him and his family living there after he'd already gotten the proceeds from buying, selling the house. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it just boggles the mind. Oh, did you come over here, Christina? Okay, I was waiting for a response from you on Facebook, so you're over here. Hello. Yeah, and they bought it cash. They put their life savings into it. They wouldn't water the lawn. The trees died. Oh, get this. The homeowners association was fining the new couple for the things for the old people not maintaining the house. So they're like, we don't even live there. This guy won't leave, and the new, the HOA is fighting them. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Christina Smallhorn, how you doing? Good to see you. Your hair is fabulous. If you want to come in and say hello as well, you're more than welcome to. We're just talking.
Chilling.
Oh, and I don't know if you saw, you should be proud. I'm sure she probably contacted you, but Annie Portalatin from over on Clubhouse, she finally posted a video. We were talking about her, me and Liz, and this is the girl I was saying, like, she's been coming to this Clubhouse room for several months, wants to be a YouTuber, hasn't pushed out a video yet. She finally pushed out a video when we threatened her, not with violence.
What's
YouTube, are you listening? And she finally at least posted a video. So, and she said that she was going to contact you and be like, I did it. So there's that.
I did a dance.
I know, right? And I was just like, see, this is the thing. That's the day you graduate from being just a viewer to being then a YouTuber. And then I was just like, see, once you actually publish a video, there's so much more that Liz and I can talk to you about. Like everything from, oh, let's look at these tags. Oh, this title isn't great. Hey, it was a short, but like maybe we don't do it from an Instagram story where you had a slider thing where we know it was from an Instagram story. Maybe something not like that. Super obvious, because if I see that on YouTube, like I can't interact with it anyway. So it's like, but that's all nitpicking, because the truth is now she has a baseline to like grow and get better from. So I was just most proud that like she finally did the damn thing and actually hit publish on a video, because she'd been in this Clubhouse room talking for a couple months. So I was very excited.
That's great. Yeah, I love when you see that pivot in people when they finally get to do stuff instead of procrastinate, because we all do. We
all do.
And I still do it to this day. I procrastinate. Oh my God, here we go. I procrastinate on my.
I can show you where the Crayola crayons are. Crayons are over there.
The crayons are over there.
Crayons are over there with the juice. Crayons juice. So I want to talk, though. I was thinking about this, and I am definitely guilty of this. I can tell other people now, they can learn from my mistakes, because I've made tons of mistakes. In fact, I did an entire live episode about like mistakes I've made on YouTube. But this whole idea of this like multi-passionate creator, the person who has like a million interests and lots of things that they want to talk about, and like this whole averse niching type person. I don't know if you know this person. I was this person.
It used to be me.
And like I was this person. I was a little bit ornery, a little bit of an asshole, a little bit like argumentative. Actually, that's all still true. But I feel like for everyone who's like now starting, I feel like I always tell them there's like two ways you can go. You can throw spaghetti at the wall, see if something sticks, have some fun, and not care about the growth. You're just having fun. Or you can go like laser target, And I feel like the people that I know that have done sometimes the laser targeting stuff, even when their audience has been like smaller, they're making more money. They're getting better deals. They're like doing better, it seems like, in life. And I have, you have both windows open. Awesome. I love it. Thanks for being the one person hanging out on Facebook. The reason I still have the browser open. Because I was like, it says someone is there, so I don't want to close it. Don't want to close it on them.
Oh my God.
But I was thinking about this, and I was like, I have beat myself up so many times about how I started off the channel and thinking like, I'll just have all these different playlists and it'll be fine. And it hasn't been fine. And I have been like a bitter Betty. I don't even know. Watching sometimes some of my friends like just fly past me when they've decided to like hone in on something. And I'm over here being like, woo, anything goes. So yeah, people.
I've been the same way.
Don't be like
I
me.
think everybody starts like that at first, that they don't know what to do. They know they want to do something. Especially, I have ADHD. I'm all over the place every single day of my life, and I'm used to it. So I need to, make direction for myself and make myself want to do, or not want to do, because I want to do, make myself make the content that I'm supposed to be making.
Yeah.
And because I want to do, my studies are not in live streaming. I have a doctorate in sustainability. So that's my passionate topic, but I use it at work every single day. Do I want to do the same thing that I do at work here? No. I want to do something that's fun for me, and live streaming is. So if it was for me, I'll do like one topic each day, different. You'll feel like a brand new channel every single day.
Because sometimes I feel like I learned something and I want to like share it and I want to like put it out, and then I'll be like, Shelly, you can't do that. You can't do that. Which is one of the reasons why people are always like making fun of me for having so many channels. It's because because apparently YouTube likes you to be in a specific type of box. And if you don't want to be in a specific type of box, you either get punished for it by putting all this channel content, whatever. Or you just really got to suck it up and be like, people don't care about all facets of you. Like, just go find another outlet to place it. Whether that's like apparently, a specific community on Instagram and you make that content over there, or you have another YouTube channel or whatever it is. Like, and that's where it like really gets me. And people are like, no, it all has to be on the same channel. I'm like, do it, Susie Q, tell us all how like success looks on the other side, because like from what I have seen time and time again, those are few and far between. And I'm like, I don't want to break your heart. And I'm telling you this from 4 years, 5 years down the other side of the road. I am telling you, and I'm looking back and I'm being like, this is not the best idea. But you're like, I'm a train wreck and I'm going for it. And I'm like, cool. I can't stop you. You do you, boo.
Good luck.
Right? And I feel like that's why people can have like, you can be all serious on YouTube and then you can go be funny on Instagram or something. And people can be like, whoa, this is not what I thought, or like, and I think I had this problem for a long time, because when I do my tutorials, I really trim them down to as cut and dry as possible. And they're probably informative, but they're not that fun. Like, there's not a ton of personality coming from me. Like, you're not coming from me, you're just coming from the information when it comes to those tutorials. So I'm just trying to get you what you need as quickly as possible.
Makes sense.
And I feel like even for years then, I've been on YouTube and people like still didn't know that much about me. They like never cared about it. So that's why I was just like, I want to be silly. I want to be goofy. I want to do those things. So all of a sudden it was like, I'm going to do it on TikTok or, Instagram stories or whatever it is, because it just feels like I'm very like boxed in sometimes when it comes to like my YouTube channel. And then I was just like, okay, fine, F this. I'll just go make another channel or something, because then I can, at least if I want to do a musical live stream and get every single, I can't even be monetized over there ever, because if you go look in the back end, it's just like copyright claim, every single one. There's not one that doesn't have one, and it's just like, but I want to have a place where I can do that, or I want to have a place where I want to do like randomly, just for funsies. I was like, I want to have an account where I just do makeup swatches, just for funsies, right? And that's Instagram or whatever. Or I want to have an account that does whatever, and that's why I have the vertical video channel. And I get that a lot of people would also be like, you can't do 10 things like with a tenth of your ass. You sometimes really got to be full assed on something, like with your whole ass. Go after it.
Well, whatever happened to fun?
Exactly. And that's the trade-off I've kind of given myself, is like, yep, I'm not growing as fast, and yep, I did choose to do that to myself, but now at least I'm not completely boxed in. If I want to have some fun, I can have on another channel.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
Doc Rock is in the house. How you doing?
Hey, Doc. What's up, man?
How you doing? You want to come in? The water's fine. Come on in if you want to. I'll drop you a link. We're just talking. I saw you. Actually, you were just in the Facebook group. And actually, you were talking, about the new 3.8. And I saw Fulgens and I forget her name going live vertically. And I wanted to. And then I tried. And it only worked on Facebook. And then I got really sad. And it didn't work on my other channels. And I haven't really figured it out. yet.
It will be really awesome if Doc comes here because he knows the full update.
I know.
3.8.
I know. Doc Rock.
Plus 2 docs at the same
Get yourself
time.
in here. What's up, Doc? And Doc.
What's up, Doc?
Ugh, man. I just, I'll be honest though, I was having a pity party for myself for the past 30 years. But really, like, for this last couple of weeks or so, because I gotta tell you, I've just been feeling, like, sad. Watching all my...
Really?
Just... I'm not sad that my friends are being successful and doing well. That's not it. I'm sad that I am not. Like, yeah.
Well,
I'm processing that.
you are. Now, if you put it in, you want 1 million subscribers, Mr. Beast style, that's a whole nother level. Yeah. The amount of money that guy gives out, I can't give a 1% out of that. But yeah.
Yeah, that guy spends money, like, you know, whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. He spends a lot of money. Let's see. How do I maintain all those channels and Instagram? I don't. You've seen it. I do a lot of them very, very poorly. Have you not been listening to the talk? I'm saying if I did things with my whole ass, whole-assedly, I would probably be doing a lot better than doing a lot of things quarter-assedly. Luis, have we not gotten this part of this, like, conversation yet? I am doing extremely poorly across all platforms. So you just think I'm being productive, and I'm not. So.
Damn classmates.
Oh, man.
But
Michael,
Shelly, you do have a
Augustine?
day job as well?
I do.
Yeah,
I
me too.
do.
So-
I'm still working. I retired
Yeah.
and then I went back to work because we're doing
Really?
this like house remodel and house remodels are expensive. So I found
They are.
myself back at work. So I'm hoping to
That's fine.
retire again soon.
Okay. Yeah, I got 3 more years and I can retire.
Wow. That's not long at all.
Military. So yeah.
No,
Right
but
there.
that's amazing, right? Because then
No,
you
yeah,
get
I'm
like
40, so 44. Yeah, 43 and something change.
but you guys also get like retirement and like a
Yeah.
certain amount of money even after you retire. See, I don't have that. But
Yeah.
oh, I just got a notification that says Diana Gladney is now live doing vertical video. Check. And I'm like, okay, but that's not the problem. Facebook is not the problem. I'm talking about YouTube. I don't know. Somehow I messed it up.
Vertical.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what I did wrong. Oh,
Probably nothing.
oh, he says,
Hey.
what's the link? Sorry, Doc. 1 second here. Let me get the link here. 2 dogs. 2 dogs. 1 second.
Doc Shelly. Shelly Doc Shelly.
We'll throw it. We'll have little Shelly Oreo here. Oops, that's not the right one. Do.
Oh man. I'm so happy I'm off tomorrow.
Are you off tomorrow? Oh.
Very happy. 1 day off from the week for me is like,
I love weekdays off because
too.
you go, like, things are open. Because sometimes, you know, a lot of places close early on Sundays. And I feel like because there's less people out, like, any errands you have are just so much faster on a weekday.
Yeah.
So even back when I was working retail, like, when you had off a Wednesday or Thursday, you're like, sweet. like
Love it.
yes.
I used to work nights as well. And when I had worked nights and then I slept during the day, woke up like at 11 o'clock in the morning, I had the rest of the day without anything. Oh my. Do whatever I want. Like, to go here to the store, eat whatever I wanted because it was not breakfast time anymore.
Oh, man. Okay, 1 second here. I'm still here. I'm still listening. So,
Trying to get Doc in.
yeah, I'm gonna go into Facebook and find him and message him the link.
Funny as it is, I had to come in through
There we go. Link sent. Check Facebook Messenger.
with Microsoft Edge because
What?
yeah, and it's working perfect. I've
Okay.
done it this past couple times.
Why didn't you tell me that my
interviews.
hair was all fluffy in the wrong direction? I thought you were my friend.
Oh, your hair's fluffy. It was fluffy. In the
I
wrong
just fixed it. It's not fluffy in the wrong direction anymore. You're a little
It
late on that one.
Well, you know,
Wow.
I'm wearing
I
this
thought we
because
were
I don't have
friends.
any hair, so yeah, I don't.
I have to
Me
say
and
though,
hair-
maybe
me
it's
and
like a
hair is
double
like any-
standard, but I feel like girls, they either have to be like more presentable sometimes, or like they don't, because we get scrutinized a lot more
It's
than
expected.
dudes
I
do.
think it's society
not cool.
reality,
It's not
which
cool.
is bullshit. But
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? I
yeah,
totally
my wife
agree.
all the time is like, I gotta put makeup on. Why? Why makeup? You look beautiful like that. Just keep
Well,
on
because
going,
also
whatever.
under all the lights, you don't want to appear like dead. So
Hey.
I'm gonna add to the left. Welcome to
El
the
Paso.
party. How you doing?
Good.
nice to see you.
Busy.
What's going on, dog?
I was laughing at you guys talking about work. You know, the funny thing, everyone's like, "Man, I wish I didn't have to work." When you become a solopreneur, you work way more than you work
Oh,
now.
dude, trust me. I know.
I know you know.
I know.
You know. But I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, once you are responsible for the whole thing, soup to nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to the office and be like, yo, Shelly, look, man, I turned one on last night. I got a massive hangover. You guys going to have to cover it for me today. I'll be over there moving the pen, but I'm totally effed up. So I'll get you back tomorrow. And all your
Here,
workmates
but
will be
I'm
like,
not
yeah,
here.
okay.
You
And
talk
can
to
just
people
be
like this?
Oh, man, when I worked at Apple, dude, we used to have hungover Jamaican Genius Bar every Saturday morning. People would schedule their appointments to come and see me on Saturday mornings knowing that I'm going to be hungover because I was a DJ. So I just came from work. Sometimes coffee, 5-hour energy show up to the Genius Bar.
Oh.
And then I got to work. I'm dead ass tired, right? But in order to keep myself like functional, I would just speak the whole day in Jamaican accent, and so people would come to do their appointments at that time. Why? Where you going? Tell me what's wrong with your iPod there. He goes, oh, every time
How
I
would
play,
you
it keeps
say
skipping.
Crayola crayons in that accent? With that accent.
We don't have Crayola crayons where we come from.
I like it.
We
It
go-
sounds good,
we
man.
We
Sounds
write
good.
in goat curry for yellow. We use ganja for green. We scratch blood clot charcoal if you want to write down the black ink. We don't have crayons. We are
That's
poor.
good. That's really good.
So I
Do you
used to
just
be
know
like,
how to do this, or like is this like something you
from
grew
New
up with?
York.
Like,
I know how to do every
help me
accent.
out. I'm like, how is this possible? Really?
Right.
You just
Right.
said I know how to do
You just-
any accent, so we're gonna
Yeah,
throw like,
pretty much.
give me some Scottish.
Scottish. You know, I get my Scottish and my Irish mixed up.
It's okay.
But yeah.
You don't gotta lie to kick it. Just say you can't do
It's
it.
funny. Okay.
Just say you
so
can't
here's
do
Here's what's funny how you say this. Jamaican and Scottish are close because that was the link in getting the Jamaican folks to the UK. So a lot of Jamaicans and Scottish accent is kind of close because Jamaicans learned to speak English from the Scottish.
Yeah,
Wow.
you just could have said
Ah.
you can't do it. That's fine.
How you mean I can't do it? Of course I can do it. Get to
Was that
top
you
of
trying
the
to be
morning.
Scottish because it's Jamaican?
See, I told no. Jamaican is my different part. Why you cut off all your words and
About
after that. Scottish is proper English, I tell you. And stop messing with me. I was the point being.
No, you're the one who threw down the gauntlet with "I can do any accent." Did you all not hear that? He literally said, "I can do any
I
accent."
just
So
got shaded by Shelly Save the Day.
Shelly shades the day. Just
Yo. Okay, can I tell you how much dopeness this is? Because we are normally doing streams where we're streaming to just like teach people stuff. So
Yeah.
to do a stream to just straight kick it, we
Kick
need
it
more
straight.
of that.
That's good stuff.
isn't it nice? Yeah.
Yeah,
It
This
is
is like
nice.
coño stream.
Well, you missed it though at the very beginning because I talked about somehow murdering something. Oh yeah, and I looked and I was instantly demonetized. So at this point, you can throw shit around or whatever. Oh, it was because we were talking. Dr. Elo was on my musical live stream last night. And he asked me to sing this song, and I'm like, oh yeah, I straight up murdered it. And then I looked, and it was just yellow. And I was like, oh sweet. I know. I'm like,
Wait, you can
YouTube. I
see
didn't
that
really kill
live
someone.
in the middle of your stream?
No. I
Oh, you
I'd
mean
gone
after.
back to check something anyway, because I also realized because I initially set it up in Restream, and so I had this little thing, a little title and description, and I noticed that it hadn't changed, and I was like, what is this? So that's when I noticed. So
I have noticed just in general, YouTube's monetization is all crazily fluctuating. Now, it is a known quantity that the first 3 months of the year it's a little bit lower just because the ad dollars are different.
Oh,
at
yeah,
this
yeah.
time of year. It should start to pick back up now because you're starting to get the ads for the summer. However, what I've been teaching everybody is do the BMAC thing, or they actually like BMC better, which is dumb. I'm like, don't you realize?
Oh, I call it BMAC.
When you make the acronym something that people we're military, so we know when you make the acronym something people can say, they'll remember it. But they went with BMC as opposed to BMAC. BMAC is anyway. I'm gonna have a talk with Sangeeth and tell him he needs to change that.
Well, what's funny is so like the Seahawks have the VMAC around here, so I immediately went to BMAC. So because it's Virginia Mason Athletic Center, which is where the Seahawks practice, and so I'm so used to saying VMAC that when I first saw it, I thought it was BMAC. Because I don't know what you would think it would be.
I don't know where I got BMAC from, but I think I immediately went there too, and more than likely it comes from some military acronym. But yeah, it's just if you can say it, it sticks to your brain better. You know what I mean? So I definitely tell creators, man, like don't even bother worrying about YouTube monetization or trying to get there. Just set up your BMAC page and put what you're trying to get. You know, like, hey, I need a new ZV1. Okay, that's
I know it's on my list. That's what I'm going for. I want the ZV1.
Yeah, and
I
then
got it not so long ago.
But do you show the graphic in your live stream?
No.
Yeah, so you got to make a graphic, even if it's static, and you just put it up every time. Have a graphic that shows how close. Yeah, everyone should feel weird, and you know what's funny? I definitely feel weird doing that, but I realize the people that do it get it. The people that don't. So, your feelings.
Okay, that
it's works. So hard. You know what? Yeah, okay, brother. Let me explain something to you. This took me. I'm so mad at myself because I didn't figure all of this mess out.
Oh, good. Tell me why, because I need a new reason to be mad at you.
Okay, I didn't figure any of this stuff out till I was over 50. And I'm mad because now is not enough time to go back and fix all of the times that other people tried to tell me all of these things before. So when I first got into doing photography and stuff, one of the people was like, bro, you should go pro. And I was like, nah, I don't really think anyone's going to pay me to do this or whatever. And then I would literally see photos done by somebody that literally charged the client like $10K, and the photos are rubbish, not sharp, even in the center, like blurry in the center, but focused enough to pass, but not to print at a large format. Like it looked good on screen, but the rest of it is out. Anyway, so when you start realizing, like, how does this guy? I kept saying to my friend, like, how does this guy keep getting jobs and people are paying him $8,000, $10,000, $15,000 to do photo shoots, and he sucks? And he goes, I don't know, because he had the confidence to ask them to pay him. Like, you're better than him, and you're still walking around telling yourself you're not good enough.
You know what's funny is I've been mad at you for lots of other reasons, though, because story time. Story time. I don't know what it was. I was watching one of your live streams, and I think it was in the Let's Get Live group. And you're talking like, oh, I think I'm going to like start this course, like just a little starter introductory thing, probably charge like $99. And the amount of people in the comments were like, yeah, sign me up. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to get in on that. And I was just like,
I want to. Hey.
No, what really pissed me off is like,
it's too bitter.
I have been making tutorials on one thing for the past 4 years. I spent months making this course, and I was like, hey, y'all, you asked for it. I finally created it. Here you go. Come buy it. And it was like crickets. And I was just like, and here you are just like, yeah, okay, I guess if you want, I could throw something together. And people were like, shut up and take my money. And I was just like, what the fudge? Like, okay.
Okay, so first of all, your information is fire. So
I know. Why won't people pay for it? I'm just kidding. Okay, but
there's a lot to unpack there, but a lot of it has to do
my therapist says the same thing, Doc.
No, it's okay. I got whiskey, so if we can unpack the shit out of it. Sadly enough,
want to be here now.
People just still to this day, and it's so irritating because they'd be absolutely wrong. People still take male and female dynamic like horribly wrong, and I think that's just dumb. And I wish people wouldn't be that way, but they're like that.
Yes.
It is a thing. It is unfortunately a thing. Even like any of the three of us tried to make a course against someone that actually has zero melanin. Their course was so faster than ours today, even from our own people. Why? Because people believe them that somehow they're better, even though they would never say that out loud, even though they would never do anything physically. I hate the word racist because it's not the right term, but they wouldn't physically do something like judgmental like that. But there's secret keys to that imposter syndrome that is built into us POCs and other marginalized folks, that we behave to effecate that same thing, which is like I was saying about, never having the confidence to ask someone to pay me to take those photos. Why? Because I just always had it in the back of my head that as a Black Latino photographer, I have to be better than the non-melanated ones, because everyone would just see them as pros out of the gate. So I was saying this to myself and behaving that way without verbally saying it to myself. It was like deep and oppressed in the back of my head. So we do self-sabotaging things, and then we wonder why the world doesn't take us the way we want them to take us.
Yeah.
Because we are secretly programmed to sabotage ourselves. It is
I'm
crazy.
doing that overlay. Ooh, buy me coffee.
Huh?
I'm Vince. I'm doing that overlay. Buy me coffee.
No, it's crazy. I didn't realize any of this stuff, bro, seriously, until like I was 50. And it kind of hurts now. But I just, mind blowing. Like absolutely mind blowing. And
So,
it's funny, right? So now the common thing, like, okay, in the DJ space, one of the things that everyone's irritated with is that these EDM DJs who I could teach any person in the chat how to be an EDM DJ in about 3 minutes, because all their beats are the same BPM within 10. So you can mix that stuff like very simply. If you have any musical note in your body, you can mix EDM. We're like, how do these guys get paid like 10 grand to do a gig? We used to barely make 10 grand in a year because we never asked for anything higher. We accepted the $200 a night and free drinks, and we were cool with that. We never had the balls to ask the club to pay us more.
Yeah.
These guys
free
did
drinks,
because they didn't know any better.
You want to know
made
something?
Up a number.
In
Yes.
high school, I was the president of the DJ club.
Holla back. Nice.
Holla back youngin'. So like I actually did the thing where because we would DJ the school dances, and so then I started making the school pay us to do it, so they didn't have to bring in someone, and then I would use that money to like go buy like more music and stuff. Like this is back in the day of like CDs and stuff, because I'm old, but so apparently
old,
I could do
dead.
it back then. What's that?
I said, if you're old, I'm dead.
No, you're not dead.
40,
So-
by the way. Just,
Here's what I would tell you to do, Shell. Maybe reverse market a little bit. Maybe YouTubers aren't really the right market, and I know you have your other channels and stuff like that, but find a professional organization like lawyers or realtors or somebody like that
I was thinking of going after
build your-
realtors. Yeah.
all day. Build your market to that, because none of those guys know how to do anything. And you can go to, this is how simple this is.
Guess
Nobody
that's
else
8
copy
tech.
this. I will get mad at you, okay? This is for Shelly. Put your presentation together and send it to the NAR.
Well, and
National
I also have
Association
a
of
couple of
Realtors.
so my friend, I was on her podcast and everything, but her name's Chelsea, and she does like speaking and stuff, and I told her, I was like, hey, if I create this course for real estate agents, like, you're gonna help me market this thing. I just haven't done it, and I even have like the name, the website, and everything. I just have to create the content. But it's Vertical Video Marketing Academy, which is basically teaching anyone to use vertical and then how to distribute it across all platforms. And I just haven't. I've just pulled
be a hit.
back on it because, like, honestly, creating the iMovie course was so scarring for me to have it go so poorly when I worked so hard on it, that I was just like, am I just supposed to like throw some stuff out there and not have it be
Well, I
like
can tell you why. Another thing that would hurt the iMovie course straight away is iMovie doesn't have the love that it used to have, because there's so many things out there that are better than it, mobile and iPad and things like that. So iMovie in general, it kind of lost its fuzz in the last 2 years. InShot and Adobe Rush and LumaFusion and this one begins with an M, Movio, something like that. Anyway, there's a bunch of iPhone-oriented editors that everyone uses for TikTok and stuff now that people don't even know about iMovie hardly anymore. Same with GarageBand. You know, a lot of the other apps out there that do sort of what GarageBand does, like Ableton Lite, which you get free with every interface you ever buy, there's no reason to use GarageBand anymore. So it's kind of lost its flair. And I think Apple knows that, and whether they choose to replace it, I don't know. I think they nailed themselves in the coffin when they made $199 get all of the pro apps for being a student. And everyone knows Apple has never checked your college ID when you ask for the education discount. They just trust people. So that's what.
So nobody's gonna say who has it from the student aisle.
I didn't. Yeah, I wanted to, but I was trying to
Military
be.
gets it as well, by the way.
Oh, nice. Because I really want to get like compressor and like, no, I paid the whole kit and caboodle for it.
Expensive.
I didn't buy
It's all worth
compressor, but like I bought Final Cut Pro, and I did get really sad when I saw that they had filed for basically SaaS for Final Cut Pro, and I'm like, I don't even know if they move into some sort of subscription model, what that's going to look like, what's going to happen for all the people who previously bought, if it's going to be like this Adobe thing where it's like up through this edition is going to be covered, but like nothing after that, like you don't get the cool updates. And I was just like, what are they going to do with that? You know, like I'm curious.
I'll be
We'll see.
honest with you, as a Final Cut user from day one, from a person who used to work at Apple, knowing what they do to their products and stuff like that, I wish they would go to SaaS. I kicked and screamed initially when Adobe went, but I didn't have a choice because I was my work, right? I edited in, Photoshop and Illustrator religiously. I was doing a lot of magazine ads and stuff back then. When they first made the switch, I was still doing ads for Kung Fu magazine. One of my friends is a pretty famous kickboxer. So I was like, I really don't want to do this, but, the first year it was $19 a month. And, then the second year they said that they were going to jack it up to where it's a little over $600 a year. I'm so happy they did that. From a person who used Photoshop since back in the Mac Paint days, how fast
Paint.net,
updates,
yeah.
how fast they changed things, how fast, back when, InDesign was PageMaker and PageMaker was still all this, and I was doing desktop printing. You deliver something to the shop and they're like, oh, we don't have that version. We got the version from like 12 years ago. All of that stuff's out the window now because everybody is on the SaaS. Everybody is on the same version of Photoshop, except for the places that are really, really messed up. And now if I go to a print shop and they say that they're not using Creative Suite, I just don't even print there. I'm like, sorry, I'll pick somebody else because I'm not going to bend over backwards when I know you're charging me like a metric ton to print this banner, and that covers an entire year of your subscription, and you're not doing it. So what I did, and this is something I talk about a lot, Shelly, so Ephraim would know because like I say it all the time. From the business aspect, the hardest thing to do to your brain is take out what's your money and what's your client's money. So what I immediately did when I decided to go to that software as a service model for Creative Cloud, I raised my prices on my clients by $10 a job, and I added it as a service fee. If I'm not doing 6 jobs a month to cover my Adobe subscription, I kind of should just quit because that's nothing. I do 6 jobs for the same client. And then he asked me, well, what's about the fee? I'm like, hey, did your rent go up last year? He goes, yeah, mine too. Move on. Rent for business people, rent goes up every year. 2 to 6% every year, no matter what. It's been like that since Jesus walked in Nazareth. So when they asked me, hey, did the price of gas go up? Yep, so did mine. So that's why I added that fee. Don't even get into I got to pay for my software subscription. None of that. None of that came out of my face. Electric bill went up. Yep. Rent went up. Yep. Gas went up. All of the above. Healthcare costs too. All of the above. Cool. Mine too. Boom. Pay the fee. And not a single client said anything. And some of them even said, and this was the slap in the face, again, imposter syndrome come to your front. Bruh, I can't believe you charge so little anyway.
I will say, so we're in the middle of a home remodel. It's been going on so long because of like the pandemic. Like businesses are going under and things are stuck in other countries and at the border. And a job that was supposed to be 10 months is now going on month 16 or something like that. And it's another 3 months probably before we're even done. which brought me out of retirement. But like it is crazy. We've been with this same architect who's been helping now for like, it will be like almost 2.5, 3 years, but we've been through 2 different rate up hikes at the end of the year. So we started in like October, and we got that year 1, year 2, you know, so like every year we've been with this architect, and his price goes up every year. And it's so yeah, absolutely. Right. The services, the fees, they all go up. But I think one thing that's
here and lock it in.
I know, right? I think one thing that really bothers me, but I'm still having this pity party for myself, so indulge for another minute because you're on my stream. So otherwise I'll just push you off the screen. You can be on this. No, this is my pity party, and I invited 2 people. They RSVP'd, so y'all are going to stick with me for a minute. I used to be a coach, like for someone who charges a really, really expensive price for their YouTube coaching program. And what's funny is like a lot of the work, with the day-to-day stuff, was actually handled by like 2 or 3 of us, like assistant coaches that would all kind of like do a lot of the heavy lifting type stuff. And they were the name and face of the brand and would come in every week and do an hour-long like help session. But it was really like your nuts and bolts every day was done with these other people. And so it's funny because I know what people will pay for, you know, a YouTube course or something like that. And even when then I offer YouTube stuff, you know, like if I went out and got YouTube certified and I go to all these conferences and I learn all these things and I worked under specific people who charge an arm and a leg for these. And I have a really hard time, 1, asking people for money, but 2, when I feel like I've said it once in a video 3 months ago, I feel like you should already know that I offer this. And so that repetitive having to tell people is really hard for me. And I'm not exactly sure how to really get over that, because even as something like asking people to subscribe or telling people, like, you know, during the stream I have an overlay that says like, hey, this course is now available. Even that was hard enough to be like, every stream you have to make sure you say this course is available, go get it. And yeah, it's a tough road, because I will see like Diana in the group or other people, and I'm like, I have clients, I'm working with these people, I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm like, I can't even tell people sometimes that I offer things. And so that's my pity party, is like some of it's my fault because I don't tell people enough and keep telling people, you know, that I offer these things, because I don't want to feel repetitive in that way. And I feel like people should know, right? They should know, just like we all think, right? And just like people should know that you know, people don't watch all your videos or whatever else it is, and you know, we're all narcissistic that way. But it's a really hard lesson to be like, girl, if you don't start talking about yourself in some nice ways, you're never gonna make any money. Is apparently where I'm at.
You know what's funny? I got yelled at by a member of LGL community that was like, dude, if you do not turn on your membership right now, I'm out. And I'm like, what? And he goes, no, because you should just turn it on. Like, everybody's waiting on you. And I was like, nah, man, you know, I'll tell you why I feel the way I felt. And exactly like you, is because there's somebody in our space.
Oh, and they're making money. Hand over fist.
Relatively expensive course.
They're making
that averages
millions a year.
People a session, and charges a lot for a session, and he's still saying the old stuff from 6 years ago.
And that's the thing. It's like,
even keeps up with the
people
updates.
Are making money, and they're even sometimes giving like old antiquated information, stuff that isn't relevant, stuff that isn't even like correct, stuff that's borderline like against terms of service and like should be illegal. And I'm like, people are handing over $5,000 a person to sometimes come in and not even do the work. I'm offering from $1,500 to $2,000, and people don't sign up. I'm like, I know I don't have the same name as this person who's bringing in multiple millions a year, but I'm just like, man, like,
that's the part that kills me. And a lot of people that take those courses never.
They don't do the work.
This is where I would feel bad. This is where I would feel bad. If I had a course like that and then people weren't turning it into something, I would personally feel bad. Right?
Yeah.
But those guys don't look back. They're like,
no,
hey,
they don't feel bad because
course,
they're like, if you do the work or don't do the work, they still got paid.
Yeah, I'm not like that, right? And the other thing that kept sticking me was exactly what you said, so I want to circle back to that, was I felt before I got slapped around, I felt
Slap
that
us, please.
charging somebody for something that I just told you on Tuesday for absolutely free was somehow bad. But it turns out my own people have reiterated this to me. Don't feel bad because I don't have the time to be there every Tuesday and listen to you that for your 1 hour that ends up being 5 hours. When
I
it's
felt
in
that
the-
way when I was doing my
when it's-
iMovie course, and I'm like,
Right.
pretty
So
much
when
all this
it's in the
stuff's here for free. I'm just
it's
packaging it
in-
nice for you and making it sequential.
There you go. It's in the package. There's not
convenient.
a single one of us that can't make, a simple, burrito or something. But we do all the time buy the pre-made ones to just throw it in the stuff. You could easily take any leftovers and stuff it in a tortilla and roll that sucker up and put all the freaking hot sauce in the house on it, and it's the same thing. But we will buy the frozen one that doesn't even taste good because
Right.
it's doot, doot, doot. Right? So I don't even make mine in the freezer. I actually use the air fryer now because it comes out better.
Uh-huh.
Isn't
That's
the air
what we did,
fryer
so-
like the best?
I got
Chicken
it.
nuggets
Rebel.
in
I
the air
crack
fryer,
out.
the Red
tell
Baron like
nobody.
pizzas.
I'm just saying who's
Everything's
in
in the
there.
air
Don't
fryer.
tell anybody. The first thing I did with all the money from my membership was I bought the Breville air fryer because I needed to eat healthier, and it's dope.
It's
Oh
good.
my God.
Oh, my. Okay, you had me until eating healthier. But I do tater tots in the air fryer. And then in the last couple of minutes, I just douse it in like cheddar cheese and make tachos. I don't know if you're into tachos, but tachos are the best.
tachos.
They're better than nachos. Tachos
Yo,
with a big
what?
scoop of guac on top and then some salsa and everything. Change your life.
I just made those. You know those onion rings you get when you go to the bar, and they're like super crunchy and it's just super good. I just made those in the air fryer today because we have a store called like Chef Zone here, and it's where restaurants go to buy their stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And because of the pandemic, they just opened up to the public a little bit. So I went and bought the exact onion rings you get at the bar
Oh.
Oh, nice.
without having to buy a $20 whiskey to go with them. And I just throw them in the air fryer. And I was like, flashbacks.
I'm
They
telling you
sell
right now, though, the
mozzarella sticks,
tachos
the
about to
jalapeno
change your
poppers,
life.
everything.
And the thin sliced like green onion on top with the scoop of guac and
I
salsa.
need to make that.
Tachos. Tachos.
God.
All day long.
Yeah,
Wow.
I be just making any kind of random stuff. I cook a metric F ton of like Korean and Japanese food all the time, and it's because in Hawaii I was adopted by a Korean family, so that's where my brother.
You say you were adopted by what?
Korean family.
Oh,
That's why
that's
my
so
brother
interesting.
is Jun Kang. You know, in the LGL group, that's my brother. So I mean I eat all the things, and I also
Wait,
just recently discovered
Jun
you can make
is your
kalbi
brother?
Yeah,
Wait, stop.
I
What?
swear.
Okay,
Yeah, we
no,
talk
no.
about
Here's
this
what's
every day.
no. Here's what's actually crazy about that is because I think if this is who I'm thinking it is, did you say June Han?
Kang.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Oh, you said it properly. Whoa, go ahead.
No, I was just because I just got introduced today via email to a June Han, so I thought maybe that was
no.
who you just said, and he's
I thought
Korean.
you said Kang, like properly. We
Oh,
say Kang
no.
to the Korean community, but to the American community we say Kang, just because it's easier. And everybody knows Mortal Kombat.
Finish him. Did you know that they have a live action television show coming on the CW?
What?
Shut.
I will not shut up. It's true. Check it. And yeah.
Yo, that is
Gotta watch that.
classic.
Some tachos or whatever.
Some more. Mortal Kombat.
Uh-oh. Wait, I don't know what happened, but Doc, you're a little
Oh,
frozen.
Doc is still.
He's just in shock, man. I just blew his
Yeah.
mind with the fact that like Sonya,
What the heck is happening?
like, they're all coming. They're all coming to the CW apparently. Mortal Kombat, totally thing. Yeah.
That's
He's been like that
crazy.
since
What happens
tachos.
if we do this?
Tachos will blow your mind. You just eat it with a fork and you're just like, because potato is so much better than tortilla chip for like the cheese delivery system
That
with
crazy.
the guac.
Wow.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
It's so
I'm doing it.
crazy.
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
If I do that.
it's so good. It's so good.
Is that
And
good?
the
There we go.
tachos that come
Welcome
out. Welcome back. We're just saying we blew your mind with tachos in Mortal Kombat. Oh,
I can
tachos
hear
while
you guys the whole
eating
time. I was
Mortal
just wondering why I
No,
got stuck.
eating tachos while watching Mortal Kombat. Hello.
Man.
Finish him right there.
Love tachos.
Kill finish
It's
me.
gonna be great. Man, you
So
know,
good.
I was so bummed because basically this time last year I would have been in Seattle. I had booked like a 3-week trip to Seattle to just go. My homie that works at Amazon was getting me into like all of
The spheres and everything?
Amazon stuff, the sphere, like the whole 9 yards. Like I had planned to go to Dick's.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it's called.
So Dick's is
Dick's
so
Big
it's a
Big
burger like restaurant. So like literally around here in Seattle, we'll just tell you to go get a bag of Dick's, and
Yeah.
we mean it.
That's where it came from. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was wondering where that comment came from because my friend used to say that, and that was that, and something about biscuit bitch.
Yeah. Biscuit Bitch is great. There's a couple of Tom Douglas restaurants around here as well. Serious Pie and Biscuit. You can also go and get really good biscuits if you're into that thing with like collard greens and like the whole like sausage gravy and like the good stuff. And actually, if you're coming to Seattle though, I gave this to Andrew when he was coming up for Seattle YouTube Day because I help organize that. But I have a list of like restaurants and things that you can go to. And I will totally send that to you if you need to. You do
It's
that.
super funny. I have that same list for Tokyo and Osaka because all my
Oh, shut
friends
up,
are going
really?
to Japan. And
Actually,
they're
I
like,
need
know
that
you
list
lived-
because
I know
I-
you lived in Japan. So can you send me the list? I'm like, absolutely.
Okay, first of all, that's awesome. You have to share that list with me because I just found out that I'm going to be going to Japan next year. So I got asked by the people at Podfest, Chris Cremistos and team. We're going to have a small, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I don't know. We're going to have a small group of us that are going to go over to Japan and do a combined Podfest/VidFest meetup/educational thing in Japan. So we're going to do that, I think, at the end of February of next year. So
Yeah, I was supposed to submit my speaker application today, and I did it because I'm thinking the day that it starts next month is the day that I get my second round, and
nice.
I'll be like sitting on the like, okay, people.
Oh, yeah.
This is how you. I didn't want to come off like all screwed up on the thing, so I was like, Katie, this might
Already
not
got
be a
it.
good idea.
Second one.
I'm getting
Yeah.
my second shot at the end of April, and I'm so excited because I've been home, like not even like
Yeah,
a
you've
little,
been
like
home,
I've been
home,
home
right?
because like we've been working from home. My husband goes out every 2 weeks and gets groceries. Like I've been home. Like my car died. Like battery, like AAA had to
mine
come
too.
because like we hadn't been driving it. I mean, like I've been home, so I cannot wait
Me
to
too.
actually like.
I
be
try to
out.
stay in the house as much as possible because being in a tourist-oriented area, even with the lockdown, like people were flying here because they were getting tickets for like $40. And you know when they
Puerto
come,
Rico,
they're
same
not
way.
trying to do all of the things. Like they're like, I'm here, I'm going outside. So people are breaking quarantine and getting arrested, and I was like, man, I don't want to be nowhere near any of that. I do not want to. I was in the hospital for my knee surgery, and I had to stay in there longer than I should have. And after that, like, I don't want to be in the hospital for nothing. Screw that. I was in for like.
And you're
2
like, I
weeks
didn't
for
come
one
through
night
15
surgery.
months of this to like like
Yeah.
lose it in the last like
Not
in the
playing
last
that
month.
game.
Ugh.
I
The
can't
tourists
wait to
don't
get
know
my
how to
second
behave as
shot.
well. They do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's scary. I
100%.
was in Puerto Rico and they were dancing and going everywhere. And we're like, okay, we're not going out. We're just doing whatever we have to do with the house that we're selling down there. We're going right back. We stayed for a month, but in reality, I didn't even go to the beach, which hurt me a lot, but it was crazy.
Yeah, it's right across the street from my house, bro. I'm not going in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I keep thinking
Oh,
about
come
it.
on.
I was like, I kind of want to go in there. And then, what was that holiday we had a little bit ago? Might have been like Valentine's Day or something. And then I remember driving through the beach park.
Well, we just
I
had
got
Easter
out of my
too.
car. I got out of my car. I took pictures. I sent it to the group, and I ran back in the car. Because I was like, man, people were out there wilding in the beach. And I'm like, bro, you know you shouldn't be out there. Oh, but the sun helps everything. And like, yeah, the sun
Yeah.
will be really good on top of your casket.
That is the weirdest excuse I've ever heard. The sun helps everything?
That's what the last president said.
What? Oh, well, he also thought maybe you could just inject yourself with some chlorine. I just can't. Okay, sorry. Okay. We're not going to go there. Like, can we talk about, though, the new press secretary and what a kind of a badass she is? I don't know, that one where she's like,
Jen Psaki.
where, you know, the person was talking about, like, what do you have to say about, people who, and she's like, what people? And you're like, well, the former president. She's like, we do not take our policy from former presidents. We use our own, like she just like shut them down. It was amazing. And I was like, wow, someone competent in this position. It's amazing.
The only thing she does that drives me crazy, because I try to coach people out of it, is she's not comfortable with silence, so she'll and I'm like,
Oh yeah, I do that. I'm sorry.
You just get comfortable with silence. Silence is better than so I say them, I just don't let them come out to the mic. In my head, I'm like,
in my head, can you even imagine like the things where you're like, just keep calm, just keep swimming, and you're like underneath your breath, you're like, what the hell is going on? Too many buttons. I don't know how some people, they have like the Stream Deck, the XL. I get tripped up when there's like 9 buttons, and I'm like, how are you having 32 buttons? Like, how are you like, what? I know you. And I was just like, oh my God.
I use a loop deck now.
There's too many options.
Well, I was proud of myself though. I did have, 2 profiles. So there's one when I'm not in a stream, and other so that I can like launch websites. But then the problem is, apparently, if you don't have focus on the window, on Ecamm window, then all of a sudden it just goes back to the desktop one. Then I have to click back onto the, Ecamm window somewhere, so it changes the profile. And I'm like, okay, maybe that wasn't the best, but.
Yeah, that auto switching profiles doesn't work well for live streaming, especially if you tend to show things from Chrome or some other place.
Yeah, exactly. When I was showing a window and then I kept switching. But I will say that I also now use Ecamm to record all of my main channel videos. So
100%.
all of the overlays that I use, from like the thumbs up, subscribe, channel member stuff, I have them all in a row. So now on my Stream Deck, I just go like one after the other, and then I don't have to add them in editing. But the only bad thing is,
this question.
If I have something like where I've like totally misspoken, then I'm like, God dang it, because then I have to go back and make sure my animation is done and be like, what did I say? And because when you mess up in the middle of your animation, then you're like, that 30 seconds you thought you were saving and editing, you've just like foobarred yourself. Go back, fix it. So yeah, what were you gonna ask?
This question: do you use the pause button?
Yes, when I'm recording.
Game changer.
When I'm
not
recording.
for lives. When you're recording, the pause button makes editing so much freaking faster. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I was just doing it for the video that I released this Sunday, which was animated subscribe button. Of course it is, because that's apparently the only thing people know me for. But I was trying to figure out something, and if I had kept recording, there'd probably been a good like 50 minutes where I was searching the internet being like, where the hell is this one thing I wanted to. It was I was trying to figure out the grouping command for the Final Cut Pro one, and here's my dumbass thinking that I'd made something like really, really easy for myself. I had changed my keyboard shortcut, instead of having to say Command G to just G for group. But every time I kept hitting Command G, it wasn't grouping, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Do I not know the command? So it's one of those where like I thought I was helping myself like many, many moons ago, and I just totally screwed myself up. And I was just like, yeah, I just want to show this quick thing.
I switched Command B to just B.
Oh, to just B. I did that too.
Because when you use the pause button, you get the easy gap, and so you just B, boom, B, boom. And then so now it's fine. But then when I got the loop deck, it's trying to send the command. It's pre-programmed, right? So it's trying to send the command, and I can't figure out why it kept screwing me up. So I have to go in there.
We don't do that here.
Reprogram it. But yes, if you're a Final Cut user, change Command B to just B. You will B and then option bracket. B option bracket. Oh, you edit like a champ.
The option bracket for like the trim end and in the front and beginning, those are the number one things. And then now the command apparently just G, because ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Make 3 guitar pedals, right? 1 pedal for B. And then my right foot, I'll have change the bracket that side or that side. And that's what I have it on my feet. So I can edit so quick. I just scroll, step, scroll, step. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get me a guitar pedal and try to figure this sucker out. Or if you're a keyboardist, that works too. Same thing, 3 pedals.
I'm really hoping that if they do go SaaS, that they bring Final Cut Pro finally really to the iPad.
Oh, that's what it's going to be.
It's just like,
go
come
SaaS
on.
without that. I can tell you that verbatim. I'm going to pull a Renee Ritchie right now and say they will not do that without that, because you have to have a major master feature to make a jump. to go from FCP 10 to 11, that would be the jump. Is when
I mean, because like when
iPad
you're running
came.
Sidecar, like absolutely, like everything that you, it just boggles my mind that they make us use LumaFusion or something else, like on iPad Pro or something, to edit all of our, like why not just actually give us Final Cut Pro?
I think it's coming too because Final Cut Pro is M1 native, so
Yeah.
therefore it's A native as well. So you can run on an A15X.
Yeah. I mean,
Next-
Final
next
Cut Pro,
month?
man, I'm telling you, like, I mean, LumaFusion's
like
great,
butter.
but it's still kind of clunky and the interface is just not as attractive. And some of the stuff is hidden behind these menus that you wouldn't think, just like logically, it shouldn't be named that, but like it works and it's fine, but it's just give me Final Cut Pro, especially if you're going to make me use like this magic keyboard and do all this stuff. I can use all these same like commands, kind of like just make it work. Just very Tim Gunn there.
You know what
just
I want
just
them
make
to
it
bring
work.
back? Now that you mention it, what I want them to do is I want them to kill iMovie and bring back Express in the replace of iMovie. Now
Well,
iMovie
iMovie.
is too
But
far
it has
down.
course.
So remember Final Cut Express?
But you know what
was
though,
like a
iMovie,
2-year
they're
run?
never going to kill iMovie because if you think about
I know
it,
they can't.
it is one of the most still robust editing like programs that you have. You know that like even the ability to do chroma key green screen type stuff, you only get that in VLLO, LumaFusion, now released in InShot. Like other than that, none of the other like programs that you're looking at, like Slice or like Splice or like so many of the others, they don't even support that. And iMovie's had that for like a decade, right? Or something like that. And the fact now that they finally started updating, you can do movable titles and you can start doing, you know, like import your own fonts and different stuff like that. I'm just like, they're never going to get rid of it. It's still far more advanced than like other programs allow because
man.
I was editing in InShot and except for the exception of like, well, actually I love InShot. InShot has my heart. Like some of the stickers and GIFs and different things like that. Yeah, iMovie would need to step it up with some of that stuff. But anyways.
Yeah, I think they need to bring back some of the features that were in Express. Express was cool for a minute, but I guess
For a
everybody was either all the way left or all the way right, so they just thought they didn't need it instead of educating them up to that level. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they spend enough energy. Like in the store, we used to teach iMovie classes all the time, but I don't feel they put as much effort into teaching people the cool stuff that you can do with it, even for the mobile versions, right? So make it better, make it compete with some of the stuff that's out there, and maybe people will bite it again.
Is Clips owned by Apple, right? It is. Because it has the Memoji integration and stuff like that. I went to a Edit Like Zach King class at an Apple store, and they were teaching us inside of Clips. And I remember back when I took this class, it still had the limitation where it could only do a 1x1 or like square. And
Squares, yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this? And so I deleted it after that class because I was like, you're seriously going to make us use this for this class? And they're like, yeah, this is what we use. And I was just like, you could use iMovie, but we used that. And then I
They were trying
downloaded
to
it
make
again.
Clips a thing, and again,
I
so they
downloaded
get
it recently
hard stuff
though,
in it.
like a few months ago. I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that. Dude, it's so much better now. It has Memoji integration. It has built-in like the cool captions and stuff, and it's got like now the support for 4x5 and 9x16. It's way cooler than it was before. So I don't know what they did. Like they put all of their development people on Clips and nothing on iMovie except for the ability to move text. That's it. That's
Now
all you get.
I gotta look at this again because I didn't know that they even switched up and made it, long window. That's what I
Yeah,
call it.
I was really surprised because I was like, dude, this app sucks. And I deleted it off and now it's like back. I even did a video on like how to add on-screen captions for like Instagram or whatever type things. And that plus Instagram adjacent app Threads, those two apps. If you don't want to have to do something that you have to pay for, like mixed captions. I love mixed captions. But I was just like, wow, when did Clips actually get cool again? Because I deleted this and yeah. I was really
You ever
surprised.
use Made or Unfold?
Unfold, yes. It's okay.
Unfold is Squarespace.
I'm actually really now into InShot. I was actually looking at one of my phones the other day, and it said like I had 153 projects, and I was like, oh, I guess I've used it a lot. It's like, holy crap! Like, yeah.
Well uses InShot like no. I mean, he uses it religiously. That's kind of crazy.
And they just added the green screen. In fact, it hasn't even launched on
Put a short on it,
on
right?
some of the Android stuff yet. But not only that, now you can do chroma, and you can do it in you can do all these cool masks and like shapes. Everything is picture in picture, and it's one of the only programs that will allow you to do like a not full screen green screen and process it and still key it out the entire thing instead of having to do the whole thing, export,
That is really
resize.
badass.
It's cool. And I was just like, holy crap, because they also have these the built-in Giphy library, right? So I don't know if you know this, but I have like 74 million views on Giphy GIFs that I've
Whoa.
made. And so you could be using them in your Instagram stories because they pull from Giphy and not even know it that those are mine. So funny story, I saw someone put a Taco Tuesday thing on their slides last week, and I was like, that's mine. I made that. And they're like, what? You know, because obviously you don't see my name on it. And I'm like, it says Taco. Like, I made that.
Who does Giphies?
But
Yo, this is crazy.
so you can go in there though. I was doing a video where you can basically just have your own green screen. You can go into like Giphy or something like that, have like a sticker, add it, apply chroma key, and then you have like any animation, insert meme, insert any GIF that you want into your video in InShot. And I was just like, this is game changer. This is amazing.
I've never used
Yeah.
that.
Yo, this is freaking increds.
Oh,
been
I just
doing
did this
vlog AC.
Instagram story today, and I was using the chroma key and masking effect. So I threw myself in there. I threw like a mirror effect on it, and I threw myself on top. And they allow you to do picture in picture that isn't the full size of the entire, like the whole thing, as many as you, and multiple layers. Because you know how iMovie tops you out at like one. I was like, InShot, what the hell are you guys doing? Because you have my whole heart right now. Like, wow. I think one of the problems too that I always had with iMovie is like, you can't make any money off selling iMovie. If and when they still had like InShot in the App Store, I could have gotten people to download it and gotten a commission. They don't have that anymore because they took all those out. But I was just like, why didn't I pick an app that actually has like a pay service where you get a referral fee? Because I have now millions of views on a service that's free. Instead of actually getting anyone into like, let's say like Adobe, you know, where I was doing all these tutorials on Adobe and then influencing people to go get this product where I get a commission and referral fee. That would have been a much better move for me. Like
Good save. Influence.
You know who one of
That
our
sounds beautiful.
top? You know who one of our top affiliates is for Ecamm?
no.
Go to the bathroom, look in the mirror.
Okay, here's the weird thing about that. I have no idea how that happened. I didn't want to say anything to like Caleb or Katie, like if there's some glitch in the system. I have no idea. Because I'm currently sponsored, let's say by Restream, and I think our contract is coming to a close, but like I think they've been very disappointed with the number of people I've signed up. I've signed up way more people under Ecamm than I have Restream, but I don't even know how I'm signing up people for Ecamm because one, my audience doesn't buy things from me. Like, it's historically proven. But, like, I was like, did they do some sort of live stream where they, like, put my link in the description? Because something has happened where, like, people are doing it, but, like, I'm pretty sure they're not coming from, like, really from me. Like, I don't know if they can track that. And I'm like, I don't know how it's happening, but I think y'all have, like, changed your link to my link mistakenly, and I'll take it, but I think it's a mistake. I don't know how it, honestly.
Oh, you're that good.
No, I really don't think I am.
But you gotta stop thinking that.
No, that's the thing. I'm just saying, like, I was trying to find like these traffic sources of where they came from or something like that because like I don't know. Like I literally like I saw that like the majority of them are coming through like the one Ecamm just like trial
Everybody knows
link
you
or
use
whatever.
Ecamm as well, so.
But like seriously, like it
Is
was
on
like
the FYI.
let's say there's 200 or something and like 180 are from that one, and I'm like, that's why I was like, I think they're using my link mistakenly, and I'm not gonna tell them because you know, that's fine and all, but like I don't think it's right. Like I don't know if they accidentally put that as their default in all of their videos that are on their channel right now just by mistake. Like I can't explain it.
House if they don't tell.
What's that?
I'm not gonna move from the house if they don't tell me.
I know. I'm like, I'm not gonna like move. I'm gonna squat here, and because of all of the laws, you can't kick me out. But I have no idea. Like I literally, I didn't want to say anything to like.
You want to know where they all come from?
Yeah, I really have. I don't understand, because the majority come from some source that is just like a mistake. And if you uncover the mistake, you just put the pile of leaves back on it. I don't want you to.
No,
Don't
it's on
change it.
YouTube. One of your YouTube videos.
This live stream has come to an end.
No, seriously, it's one of your YouTube videos.
See, if I was smart, I would do like a different link in every single video with like a UTM link to actually find out where they're. I could not tell you, but I'm just like, I think their link is broken, me, and they're putting it as like their upload default on their channel because I don't know why.
What about your Shelly.fyi? Is it in there?
Yeah, I mean, but it's like in a list of 40 things on the site, you know?
But everybody knows
But see, here's what happens, right? We stopped doing it now, but it used to be that. Man, I was just in a chat with this guy, and I forget his name because there was a bunch of us in there. But he's a TubeBuddy affiliate with no YouTube channel, but he's the #1 affiliate because he's a Google Ads guy. So we don't do that. You have to be an Ecamm subscriber to be an affiliate.
Wow.
Because it's kind of bad if someone signs up because they're listening to something that you wrote, but then you have no actual affiliation to the product. And then
Yeah, I always find that super
with
sketch.
the customer. Yeah, that's just
Because
bad.
I know
So
several
at
people
least-
who
at least
affiliate
you use
pimp
it.
out for like several companies, and they don't even use those companies, you know? You know what I'm talking. I'm talking to you people, you know who you are.
Just don't be like that.
Yeah.
So,
Pimping out. Pimping out.
yeah.
Like I
so,
see you
mean,
wearing their
it's
shirts
kinda
and then
dope.
pushing someone else's on the back end. Okay.
Well, I've also seen, and here's what's bad about that too. I've actually watched a streamer who's sponsored by a particular company, talking about another product because I don't know why, just defending his buying decision because he had the other product before, but then the new company sponsored him and gave him equipment that replaced the old piece of equipment, and he was talking about how good the other one was, and everybody should stop banging on it. The fact that it looks like a snowman. And I was like, bruh, do you know you're sponsored by Shure right now? You know, you're sitting there talking into their $400 mic, telling everybody how good that piece of crap plastic named after snowman shit is. Like, you're not sponsored by Shure. And they currently make what he's using now, which is to get people off of that thing to go to at least a like, you should be saying how dope the MV7 is.
Yeah.
But like a 10-minute rant on why everybody should stop talking smack about that shitty.
Well,
And
I
I'm
will
like,
say,
bruh, that's ding
That is
dong. Like,
unique.
that is don't piss off the sponsors 101.
I will say, it's a great mic. I love
It
this
is.
mic. I did a video on this mic. It's a great mic. There's a lot of.
That's why I got it.
I know you got it because I think we were talking about it one day, right? And you were talking
Yeah.
about which mic should I get, and I was like, you should get the Shure. And then you were like, here you go. Didn't probably use my affiliate link. Okay, cool. No, I'm
no.
kidding. And I'm only saying that because one of the reasons that
This
Scott and
live
I
stream
were
has been
supposed to
terminated.
do that show was because we both never make any money from Amazon. So even we did 9 shows, and over the course of the 2.5 months that we made $5.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't make
And
any
it's
money.
funny
It was
'cause
just fun.
it
It was
me
fun for us to
neither.
hang out.
But
fun
now
to
it's
watch it.
catching on, and I'm kind of irked because I know people that are minting money on that show. But I guess it was just my timing. I think us being, West Coaster and way out West Coaster, we weren't where the shoppers are when they're shopping.
Wait, you
I
were
don't
going to
know.
tell me, though, seriously, I don't know why people are coming Ecamm. Like, it's great.
You found out.
I'd wanna do
coming
more,
from a
but, like-
it's coming from somewhere on YouTube.
Well, yeah. But, like, okay.
No, I'm telling you. But exactly the video, I can't pin that.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the back end. Anyway, so without getting myself in trouble, one of the reasons why I told you to get at me offline is because I have a slot for you.
Works great, yeah.
What kind of slot?
I can't say right now.
Okay. Actually, I can share this with you. Because you
I have 2 jobs. I only put community manager as one of the jobs. The other job is I am responsible for finding our people.
I was going to say, I got a message from Caleb, so sweet, and he sent me a call for a proposal for a series for Ecamm. And I was like, holy shitsies, this is amazing. And I haven't written it yet. I still need to because I haven't written one like that for Ecamm. But I was just like, that's really nice that he even thought of me.
Yeah, we talk about you every day, woman. That's why I messaged you and I was like, hurry up and send me. Just hear me up. This is what I was trying to tell you. Yes, you are high on the list.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, you guys are high on my list too. And I love Caleb. He's so nice.
Caleb is the bomb.
I know, and
so
he
much
apologized
fun.
to me this
We
one time.
have
He's
the
like, I'm
best
sorry I missed
conversations.
the Amazon show. And I'm like, your attendance is not required. Always appreciated, never required. But he's just so sweet. I feel like he's that little kid
You know what
standing
it
there
is,
with a
Shell?
sucker and like a balloon with like a puppy, and someone's gonna come along and like say something to him, and I'm like, I will kill you if you talk to my Caleb like that. Like, he's just like this cute little like innocent
don't
thing.
let Caleb fool you. He will put out a knife and cut you. Caleb is vicious, but he's so gentle, giant. But no, Caleb's vicious. He's awesome. We have.
I've
the best
never, I
conversations.
can't see him like cutting anyone. I would cut in front, and it'd be like, don't you ever talk about my Caleb. Like, I would go straight ninja on him. I'd be like, I will Mortal Kombat your ass if you come for my
What's
Caleb.
up, Kim? Good to see you here. Kim
yeah.
Hooch is visiting us. No, so seriously, the thing that you're so dope is now that it's part of my thing to take care of stuff, I want the normal people. I don't want the hyper overly polished trying to be whatever, because I don't think our newest users, the users that we're trying to gain, I don't think they resonate with that anymore. I think that idea of live streaming is gone. Why? Because a whole bunch of people that hit it now are brand spanking new.
I'm gonna
So
tell
they
you something
want a
else.
friend that talks to them like a friend and doesn't try to scare them and doesn't try to do over the top like hyper polished stuff. Like, I
Awesome,
look at
got
current
it.
stuff, 'cause
Non-polished,
personally,
non-hyper,
I think
crappy
people want to
stream.
see the organic streamer. And
No,
everyone
it's
says,
the
"No,
gentle-
Your stream has to be this and that," and I'm like, watch Twitch for
It's the
35
gentle way that
seconds.
you're insulting me while giving me a compliment for me.
No, look at my streams. I'm the same way.
Actually, though,
People
I'm going to
you.
tell you another way that you really pissed me off. Really pissed me off. Okay, so in your group, you guys were like, everyone, and maybe it wasn't your posting, but everyone was like, everyone show me your battle stations, like your streaming setups. And I swear to goodness that I have never felt more lowly in my entire life. I was like, oh, people have like 3 monitors and like like I thought I was fancy with my stream deck, not like the 6 button, but it's got like 15 buttons, and I'm like,
Mine has
oh,
15.
people
It's
have
okay.
like, you know, all of these, you know, the Rode caster thing, and they've got like all of these things, and I was like, I've got my computer and
So-
my
so you're
camera,
perfect.
and
You are perfect for what we want. Here.
and I was like, I use Keynote for my animated lower third.
So we all use Keynote. Bradley Bradley started it. Actually, I think I started it, but then Bradley came in because I didn't know how to use Keynote, and then Bradley goes, "I know how to use Keynote." I was like, "Please, you do this," because I'm an Illustrator guy.
I'm like, you
And
stop right
I
now.
get
I've been
it.
using Keynote for like years, and that's how like back in the day, which was a Wednesday probably, it's like 4 or 5 years ago. Like I was teaching iMovie stuff as I do, and using Keynote. Like all the magic for everything cool that you want to do in iMovie is done in Keynote. Just like, you want to make a vertical video until the couple of tricks. Oh yeah, you use Keynote. You want to have your text do actual twirls and catch on fire. Keynote. You want to export in different sizes. Oh yeah, Keynote. Yeah. And it was just like, people would be like, aren't you tired of this tutorial where I tell you just go to Keynote? Like, but apparently not. So.
No, it's so I remember having to resize movies in Keynote. Now
Oh yeah.
Because it was the easy way to do it.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Yep. Using that
so
slide,
yeah, I mean,
that size, stretching, like.
We need a counter person, because all of us that are doing the shows that exist right now for Ecamm, most of us are bought all of the stuff, and then people come in and they feel away because like, oh, I don't want to buy all of this, I don't want to buy all of that, and I'm like, yeah, but you said you wanted to look professional.
Did you
so
see the
then you
photo
gotta
that
buy
I
all this
put
stuff.
of my webcam situation?
What?
Did you see that?
No.
Oh my God. No, you have to see this. You have to see this. Hold on. I'm about to roast myself. Hold on.
I just saw the most hilarious thing on Guitar Center. But
if you
Rants
can see
came
this.
out with some weird webcam thing that it like moves on a stick in
Hold on.
front
So
of
I'm
you.
going to show you this. 1 second. Let me focus.
Oh,
This
hell
is
yeah.
rubber bands and twist ties on my on my wait, you gotta see this. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Don't you want to take tech advice from me? So this is
Yes.
rubber bands and twist ties. I don't know if you can see this here.
Does it work?
So it's held together, and then it's basically a $15 near like a mic arm like this, you know, like the one that my actual mic is on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see it. Can't see it. Anyways, and then what I did was I took off the front with a monkey wrench. There you go. And then
Monkey wrench.
it was the only way I could get the screws off. And then I sat there and made magic happen. So that is my overhead shot for
Wait, she
now, whatever I
actually
want.
busted out a legit monkey wrench. I thought she was
Yeah.
clowning, and then the actual monkey wrench came from nowhere. And it's like, yo, I
It's
use
red and
this to
everything. That's
swing.
the perfect type.
No, it couldn't be like the crescent wrench. It had to be the monkey because I had to get the right grip on there to get the screw part off.
That's
So
cool.
I did that, and then I did a crap ton of rubber bands, like the good ones, and then a whole bunch of twist ties. And now that sucker is in a position where now I can do an overhead shot. Yeah. So
Yeah, I get a shot as well with this, but I put this on. This is what I use, and I have my webcam with it in the back, so I can have it behind the scenes.
yeah.
Dang, now I feel guilty.
And it's only for the countdown timer, so that's it.
I feel guilty that I built this entire Visa mount thing for my iPhone. Because the iPhone don't weigh anything. And now I think
What's an
about
iPhone?
it. Now that I could have used this because I have an extra one.
I thought your MB7 was the one that was on top.
No, the
Not
SM7B
MB7,
is
I'm sorry,
on.
the CV1. I'm
it's-
sorry.
It's on the table. I put the ZV1
Freaking
up there
acronyms.
sometimes, but then I'm having so much fun running around with it because it's so dope.
Yeah.
That now I changed that to my iPhone 8 up there, because I had it.
That's why I didn't want to put my ZV1 in like in behind the scenes or anything, because it's so small.
I
You
want to
take
use
anywhere.
it for out in the field and actually using for vertical video for creating a whole bunch of like content and tutorials
really
and
good.
stuff.
When you put it, like, it's kind of funny. Okay, let me write this down, Shelly. You are going to
Right.
First of all, Don't tell me
You're
what to do. You're not my dad.
no,
second of all,
but you're
maybe I
gonna wanna
will,
write this
but-
down.
My streams, my
You're gonna
stream.
wanna
Tell them.
You're going to want to write this down. I think we have a way to get you set up where you are teaching people how to use the vertical video side, because Ecamm does have it built in
Hey,
to promote their
sorry.
live streams.
So I'm gonna stop you for a second real quick because we gotta rewind at the very beginning of the stream. I saw Fulgens and Anna going live vertically. They had done these cute little overlays and they were on top of each other and everything, and they were streaming
I heard
live,
that
and
part.
it was right on Facebook. So I was like, oh snap, I want to do this. So I went in and I changed my stream to a vertical one, and I just actually did it right before this live. I was just testing it out for 5 minutes, and I was pushing it out to the vertical video channel. But it's 16:9 with just a vertical strip coming down the middle on YouTube, but on Facebook it was completely vertical. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, what's going on?
YouTube can only go vertical from a phone. That is
Shut
my
your
impression.
mouth.
That is my impression. YouTube can only go vertical from the phone, or it might just be that when you pop it through Restream does something that changes the aspect ratio. Maybe Ecamm native to YouTube might work.
I didn't do native to YouTube because I did do native to Facebook. Because
Right,
I went
think the reason why
in a
native
private
to,
stream
to
first.
YouTube might work is because now in Ecamm 3.8 we have Chromium web browser built in, so that way we can behave better for the web-oriented things.
Maybe I'll try
Good job,
private
Faith.
live stream straight from Ecamm. Maybe it's Restream as the extra added layer.
It's
But
possible.
it's weird because it pushed to Facebook completely vertical. So that was fine. And it did not work on Twitch, and it did not work. It didn't even connect on Twitter. It just said this user has like ended live even before it went live, and then it failed on it to actually be
I'm still
vertical
mad at
on
They
on
kicked
YouTube.
me out because of the restream chat bot. They said I was flooding, but it was the chat bot.
I don't
So,
even
like,
use
you-
the chatbot thing, so
I was like,
I don't know what it is, but like I hardly
Thanks,
ever get comments in the chat thing in Ecamm, like hardly ever.
Really?
Sometimes only if it's like a scheduled event in Restream, and then I can go in and see it. Otherwise, I have to sometimes have multiple like devices or phones open. I won't see messages on other platforms sometimes. Yeah.
Are you on the 3.8?
Yeah. So like even right now,
'cause that's not
I have
right.
no comments.
Yeah. Right
No,
now they
that's not right.
stopped. Like with I'm Shelly, all the way to the front. And I don't see any more comments in here.
Oh wait, I do have comments. Now I see
Hey.
some comments. Okay, I didn't see them previous. Hey, Caleb is here.
Caleb was here
Wait, when was Caleb here?
while we were talking smack about him.
He, first of all, we were not talking smack about him, and
I was
second
just
of
saying
all,
it in case he could still hear.
Caleb, I am so excited to talk to because one of the shows that Scott and I did about Amazon, where we were talking about would you buy that, one of them was like this screaming goat little figurine thing, and he on the stream decided to buy it, and I was like, shut your mouth. And I'm like, I need an unboxing quicker than you can say, you know, Bob's your uncle, like help me with this. And I'm still waiting for my unboxing. I interrupted you though previously. You said write this down. Streaming.
so I
You
was
started with
saying-
vertical and then I cut you off.
No, I was thinking that maybe we can do a series with you for Ecamm teaching people how to promote their streams, because the number one question we get is how do you promote your streams? How to promote your streams using vertical video from the built-in recorder here, and then marry it with the rest of your vertical video Vixen info, and then we can push them out on all the things. And you know, shorts on the Ecamm channel, the whole 9 yards, is mostly to just elevate your brand. And of course, any sales that comes out of that, of course, go to your affiliation. So you get to
I
make
think
a little cheese on there.
I think the call for proposal was for teaching people about vertical video inside of Ecamm. So whether that's the recorded
Yes, that's what I just
version
said.
and
Same
stuff. No. That's what Caleb had in his message to me.
I know.
I'm saying
We meet about these things. Actually, we have a meeting tomorrow. Now that I think about it. Oh no, it got moved. We're not meeting till Wednesday. Yeah, but I just think I'm just trying to find a way that we can do more stuff to help you.
yes, I'm trying to
Because
retire again, Doc.
You're just dope.
I don't know if you caught that earlier.
deserve
I
it.
had to
I
go back
caught
to
that.
work because of the home
I
remodel.
just sold my business, so I caught that 100%.
Yeah, I need to. I'm trying to retire again, and I have a certain dollar amount that I need to get to, whether that's through coaching clients or partnerships or whatever else. I'm trying to get to it so I can comfortably retire again, and my husband will get off my back about making enough money to pay for a certain part of the mortgage. You know,
That's how it always works.
yeah. He
Yeah,
pays more than
no,
I do because he makes more than I, but still.
It's so crazy. I went to that thing that Shelly did. Not Shelly. See, now you just messed me up. I went to that thing that Stephanie did last year for Leap in the live stream, and that's what got me started on the Ecamm thing. The
You know what's
day
so
that it
funny
was
is I
over-
used Ecamm for recording my entire iMovie course, and I only used the record feature for the first 4 months. I never even went live with Ecamm until 4 months after. Like, I'm not the typical, like, no, like, I didn't go live through Ecamm for a good,
So you use
90
Ecamm
plus days.
Live for recording.
yeah,
No, like, wow.
because I wanted to be able to do picture-in-picture, like for showing all of the tutorial stuff for iMovie. And I'm like, I want to show you, click here, and I want my face on the screen while I'm walking you through the stuff. And so
And-
it was either Ecamm or, you know, Camtasia or you know, ScreenFlow or something like that. And I was just like, Ecamm came
Ecamm's
along, and I
scary.
was just like, oh yeah, this is going to be the best way for me to do it. And it wasn't until months later when I was like, oh yeah, I guess I could live stream with it.
Shelly just taught me something that I didn't even think about. I can make myself a window in Final Cut where I'm in the viewer.
Yeah, that's exactly
and
what I
then
did.
I'm pointing to
Yeah.
all of the things.
Yeah, so I said
Oh
this
my
thing right over
God,
here,
that is
point like up here, or like,
he's about
and
to
so
freeze
like I
again.
moved myself like around different parts of the screen. I would be like this thing right here, is like the this menu button, this is your crop button. So like I wanted to be able to like show them like on screen while I'm sitting there. I was in the preview window basically for a lot of the time, and then when we actually had to do playback, then I would move myself as a bubble to someplace else and be like, all right, now we're going to click over here. Now you're going to see this on the timeline. And I was like, can you imagine doing that, recording that, and trying to splice that all together later in like Final Cut or something like that? It would have been really, really tough. So I was like, I need it to be simultaneous. And so Ecamm was really that solution for me.
That's so dope. That is beyond dope. Because now with camera overlays, you can turn yourself off when you want to be out of the preview window.
Yep, exactly.
And just have a different scene where you're the bubble in the corner.
Yep. And not only that, but if I was using my green screen and then I'm transparent while I'm on the thing, then if I'm pointing at it, I'm not pointing at the top of a box. I'm literally like, I can place myself to be like, this is like the point that I'm touching. So.
Smart.
I'll do something creepy like make my hand come off and slide over there.
Yeah.
Like
you could do that.
Windows finger. You just like, chiki, chiki, chiki. That is just crazy balls. Oh man.
Yeah. No, that's the way I used Ecamm for the first 3 or 4 months. And while I was finishing out my course and recording all the things, and so I never got into a lot of the live streaming
so that's
stuff.
crazy, because what was so nuts for me is at that last day, I don't know what it was, but I was so enthralled by all of this. I go, a year from now, I'm going to be speaking at a conference, and I spoke at 2 conferences this last 2 weeks. And not even hit my year. I don't even make a year of using Ecamm until April 14th.
It's weird sometimes when you think too about certain things that you say out loud, and then sometimes when they come true, like when you're manifesting them almost. And I had talked about like, I want to be talking on stages, giving talks at conferences and whatnot about vertical video, about my love for vertical video, blah, 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 vertical video. And I spoke at like 4 conferences last year, and a lot of them were all, you know, like virtual, but like that made it really easy. But it was like, no, you did that. You did the thing. And like next year when we go to Japan, like I'll be giving a talk on YouTube type stuff too. But I'm like, I got invited to People of Video with Dan Courier, and that's going to be an in-person one. And I just got to.
That one.
Are you going? I'm just trying to make sure that everything is like lined up, you know, with everything. So when he asked me, I was like, flattered. Second, can I give you a tentative yes? Because I just, you know, because like his kids are still like they're like back in school, and I'm like, oh no, like that's not a thing here. You know, like I have been literally at home, so like I don't know what freedom looks like, but it's not this.
Panicking.
You know? But it's crazy because I was like thinking about that, and I'm like, a year ago I was just wishing to be on a stage talking about whatever, and now I'm like, oh, actually I've done that a few times. Like that's weird.
Bomb.
Right?
I tell people all the time, you have to. It's so crazy because when people say to other people, "Oh, set the intention," they immediately go to, "Oh, it's like some kind of foo-foo thing or whatever," and it's not, bruh. Like I used to think that. I thought the secret was malarkey, and that's the Biden word, and all of the above, and then I just decided, well, it won't hurt to just actually set an intention, because the one thing about setting an intention that's different. Then like take all of the foo-foo madness out of it. Let's just stick to just pure psychology, okay? So that way you guys that like to chakra your chakras and look into your crystals, knock yourself the freak out. I'm gonna go off of pure psychology. When you say something verbally outside to yourself, you will self-effacate that, whether it's good or bad. So when you say dumb stuff to yourself about yourself, that if somebody else said that to you about yourself, you'd probably want to punch them
in the face,
or actually punch them. Then when you say it to yourself, you actually
it's just another Tuesday, man. I'm just saying, it's just another Tuesday, man. I'm the meanest to myself. I'm the worst.
Yeah. So you start to self-effacate that stuff. And you don't realize it. So you would literally self-sabotage all of your progress because you start feeling like you're not good enough or whatever. And I know, because I did it for years without realizing I was doing it. For me, I was thinking, or people are just trying to hold me back, or it's the man, or it's the jealous people, or it's the haters, and blah, blah, blah. Half the time when people are talking about haters, the hater you have is you. You're the only freaking hater out there. The other people, you don't even know them, so why do you care?
Oh my gosh, I cannot even tell you like the amount of time that I've spent not liking this particular YouTube couple who has no idea who I am. You know what I'm saying? But like me driving myself crazy about like how come them and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like the mindset piece is so much of the creator thing, because we get on ourselves, we start to feel hopeless, we berate ourselves all the time, we hardly ever celebrate all of the good stuff that's going on. And I remember a couple years ago when we were talking about this mindset and manifestation, and I am with you, I am like, that stuff is crystals and like, no, none of that stuff isn't based in reality. But like, we had to do this, I was in a coaching program, and we had to do this exercise where we had to like basically be nice to ourselves and say nice things about ourselves, and it was like tough, but weird things did start happening. Like this mic, it was gifted to me from Shure, because I asked them at one point or something, like I got to speak at something that I had wanted to, and like I was just like, oh wow, when I'm like more open, sometimes these opportunities or things are coming my way. And then when you stop doing that or talking nice to yourself, and then you get really, really angry with yourself and feeling down, it's a really hard, fast fall, and it's a really slow, meticulous, like long, like climb out. And I feel like it's so fast to fall, and the crawl out is like literally inches, like by your nails, trying to like get out of it. You know what I mean?
The law of attraction exists.
Yeah. But it did kind of make me realize that like maybe sometimes there is something to that, because we are the meanest to ourselves. And so one of the things that we're supposed to do in this exercise is talk about like our goals and our what we see, and how like you're really good at explaining things and like telling ourselves what our superpowers are, so that like the universe is open for all that. And I was just like, I'm not going to read, we're supposed to print it out and read it every day. And I'm like, I'm not going to print this every day, but I am going to try and like record it at least once, and then like play it back every day at double speed, as you do. And so I was like, at the end of this year, I'll have hopefully watched that video 365 times, so that I can say I watched it every day. I have watched it once. Like, and I'm like, yeah, I should get back on that.
Okay, it makes a difference. I started this a year ago. This is so, I mean, okay, a year ago in a couple of days. Anyway, that thing that I say in all my streams about you have to say to yourself every day, I am a creator. I opened my YouTube channel in 2006. I tried to do all of this shit because I'm cooler than YouTube. I'm Doc Rock, you know, big time DJ in Hawaii. I opened up for every major rap artist from 88 to like 99. I opened for every single one of those guys. I've been on stage with some of the top hip hoppers in the planet, you know, like I have gotten blunted with some of the top hip hoppers in the planet. I was with Biggie the day before he got shot.
Oh my gosh.
I'm cool. Wow. I'm cooler than YouTube, right?
Wow.
I can do whatever I want to do because I'm the all-around guy, right? Tech guy, tea drinker, chef, like geeks grilling outside, showing how to use all the cool techniques to just make a better steak, travel videos, travel gear, review apps. I did all of that mess because people are just going to like me because in my neighborhood, I'm famous because of a radio and TV show. So I thought the rest of the world would care. Nobody gave a outside of Hawaii. In Hawaii, I go to the grocery store, everybody knows me.
You're the mayor.
Outside of Hawaii, nobody knows me. But then
Right.
you know what was odd about that? Hawaii people wasn't watching the YouTube. And I couldn't figure this out. Well, why not? Because they see you anyway, bro. They're going to see you on TV tomorrow or hear you on the radio the next day or see you at the club. I don't got to watch your stupid videos. Like, you know, occasionally I get, hey, there's a new iPhone coming out. Yeah, hold that thought. But, I mean, not, you know what I mean? So it was dumb. And I thought I could beat all of that. So last year I was like, you know what? Now that my knee is jacked up, I got to get rid of my engraving business because standing up in front of a laser engraver all day, although it prints money, is just sore. Like it's sore. And now I'm old and I was traveling a lot. So I was shutting down every couple of months to be in Japan for a month. And I'm like, the only way I can have the lifestyle I want to keep going to Japan and going to Portland and Seattle and San Diego is I have to make my channel so big that it's actually paying for me to go do all of this stuff that I want to do without having to do the job that I love, but I don't want to do it anymore. Like, you ever broke up with somebody you love because you realize it's just not right?
No.
It's the same thing, fam. Sometimes you have a job that you love, but you kind of want to be done with that. Like, I want to do something else, right?
Move on.
Yeah. So I set that intention. I'm like, I'm going to be speaking at this thing. I'm going to focus on this. It's going to become a full-time creator. I'm going to make it happen. I didn't think it would take me a year, but in less than a year, I sit here now, full-time creator, sold all of that crap. And then in the middle of that, the craziest part was launching the business with Diana and David, guys. And, you know,
Congrats on that, by the way. I was looking at your website and like that cool retro vibey like on the website.
April Fool's Day. It's not like that for real. That was only for April Fool's Day.
I liked it though on that day. I was kind of like, okay, like you're really saying something. Like you're really going for it.
The other thing that happened is the day after I launched that, I get the call from Katie. It's like, hey, do you want to work at Ecamm? We're basically going to pay you to do what you're already doing, but make it official and give you a little bit more tools to work with. And I was like, shut the door. Are you high? And they're like, no, I'm dead serious. I was like, man, she's clowning. I'm like, all right, send me an offer sheet. So she sends the offer sheet. I press print. Okay, I didn't even look at it. I just pressed print. I was doing my streams and minding my business. And then Karen goes, what is this? I go, oh, Katie sent me that as an offer. Maybe they want me to come work at Ecamm. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. And she's like, no, you doing it. And I was like, don't tell me what to do. Okay,
happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, I changed my mind after I seen the paper. And I was like, you get to do all the things that you're already doing, but with more of a purpose. And yeah, so yeah. Okay, maybe people might think manifesting is foo-foo, but it's similar to comedy. The reason why that shit's funny is because it's true, right? So when you manifest something, the reason why you start to work towards that is because that's what you really want. And if you keep reminding yourself, here's what you're going to do. Golfers don't hit the ball and yell, go in the hole as some kind of tradition. They're willing the ball in the freaking hole. So they hit the ball, boom, go in the hole. You say that shit on purpose because that's what you want. You got to really want it. And
that's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me.
Yeah, bro.
Do you know that movie? Do you know the...
Which one? What did you say?
You're too good for your home.
Why she messing with me?
Shoot her. You will not make this... What is it? You will not make this putt, you jackass.
Oh,
you seriously?
Gilmore.
Yeah.
Okay. You always... wait. But no, it's just funny because once I'm telling myself every day I'm a creator, I started behaving like a creator. And it sounds dumb, but I tell everybody to do it, and I even sell it on a t-shirt now. So
I think it's so funny because the mindset is, when I went through this coaching program, it's basically a coaching program for people who are trying to be coaches. So there's a whole thing for that.
Said, hey.
Right. And what's funny is a majority of the entire thing was spent on mindset. And I was like, are you effing serious? But it's weird because if you don't have the right mindset for a lot of that stuff, like it just doesn't happen for you.
Doesn't click.
It doesn't click. And honestly, I feel like I probably failed that session and I probably should go back and rewatch all these modules and learn again, because I feel like when I was doing some of the stuff, it was kind of working, and then I kind of like stopped doing it, and then I was convinced it wasn't working, and then I was just getting like, I am one of these people that feels usually like when you do it, like you want to do it right, you want to get it, and not to say that there haven't been a lot of ugly bumps and bruises along the way, but usually when I do something, I'm pretty good at it. So even when I thought like, God, I sound like an asshole, I'm usually pretty great at everything. But I'm saying that like when I was like, oh, I'm going to break away and do this coaching thing, right? And I was like, okay, I've got the training, I've got the knowledge, I've got, I know who I don't want to work with, and like crickets. And then I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm a failure. And then I was like, okay, that's okay. I'm gonna create this e-course. And I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to make it awesome. And I sold it, and it was like crickets. And I'm like, oh, so you're saying I'm the problem every single time. And it's demoralizing, especially when you see other people then who were, and I'm not saying like shameless, but like shameless in the way of like they don't mind talking about themselves, promoting themselves, getting in front of people. Because that whole thing happens is like they're the ones who get business. People know that they're available for hire, or people like hire them. And I'm sitting over here with all of my knowledge and principles being like, why the F doesn't anyone come over here? Which isn't very approachable anyway. But like, and then actually just further going down the rabbit hole of like, oh, I just suck. you know, because and then people talk to me and they're like, oh, but you're so knowledgeable and you know all this stuff. And I'm like, I know. And then it comes off as like anger that like people don't come find me. And I'm like, why don't people just come find me? And it's because I don't go out there and tell and show
Well,
and
I
sell.
think that idea of going out there and telling, A, is possibly a little bit scary because that was for me, and B, it just seems so douchey. Like I just didn't want to do any of the douchey things. I was,
Exactly.
I mean, if you heard me say this many, many times, like I don't want to be one of those guys, you know, where I'm so hung up on selling the course and all this other crap. And nah, man, and it even still is holding me back. Like I could probably book more right now, but I'm still not wanting to be that guy.
But I still look to
still
you
wanna
as
be-
someone that
wanna
I
be your
look up
neighbor.
to, that you do talk about stuff. And I see you booking stuff. And I see you, you know, getting work. And I see that and I'm like, I'm happy, but I'm also like, why can't I
What am I doing
break?
wrong?
No, not just what I'm doing wrong, but like, why can't I like break down this barrier? Because I feel like people should already know. And I don't want to keep sitting there and talking about like, I'm great, you should hire me. I'm great, you should hire me. And it's
Okay.
pissing me off because then I see all these people getting hired. And sometimes they say that, you know, that they're searching for people or not. But I just feel like I have to just keep doing it. And like at some point, it's going to have to feel more comfortable.
Exactly. So it will come. But here's what I want you to remember, if possible. F comfort. Comfort is the just key to complacency. I love being uncomfortable. That makes me hustle. When I get comfortable, I get lazy. And actually, I don't even like the word lazy anymore. I just had this deep philosophical conversation about the concept of lazy and the social construct that is the word lazy. Sometimes lazy isn't what you think it is. Sometimes that person really doesn't do what they want to do. Or, like Shelly, in my case, the Virgo in me, when I do something, I kind of sort of try to do it like 95 to 100%. I'm not very good at 90%. I'm not good at 80%. I just don't thrive in those things. So when I feel like I'm not good at stuff, I'll back away from it. But a lot of times, my difference from being good at it and where I am is about this much, but that's just enough to turn me off of it. So I back off of stuff and I won't push. And then so I had to keep reminding myself about that, you know, that 3 feet from gold, right? The dude gave up with like 3-4 hits of the shovel. He would have hit the biggest gold mine in the United States of America, but he missed it because he got tired of digging and he gave up like 3 shovel hits away from the biggest vein in Colorado, right? And so now I take this stuff, when I start to feel that way, I take it as that muscle pain, or when you used to run, that runner's cramp, and I just try
I don't
to push
run.
through it.
No,
You know, I don't run
you're going to
anymore
need
either
another
since-
analogy.
Since the metal knee, well, in the military we have to, but
Yeah.
there's a
Oh,
thing where when you get to about the second mile, it hurts like nobody's business, right? And you just kind of want to just curl up in the corner and be like, F this, I quit. I'm going to get out the military. I'm going to go back home, smoke weed with my homies, whatever. But if you can push for another half a mile, everything from 2 to 15, you don't even feel it. And then from 15 to 20, you're like, what am I doing this for? But it's crazy how it's a lactic acid thing. It's a reality. There's a physical thing. The lactic acid is burning so bad at 2 miles, you kind of want to quit. But once the lactic acid has a chance to dissipate, you literally can go for another 10, 15 miles without feeling anything. You're
See,
just
that's
like in your
14.9
groove.
miles too many. Like,
Holla back. Trust me, we didn't want to do it.
I'm
We
going to the
had
freezer and I'm
Actually,
getting
I
my
take
like
it back.
tater
I had
tots
to.
and I'm making
He is
tacos
Coast
and
Guard.
I'm
He
running
was
when the
free.
bell goes off. Like that's all you get, docs.
Get a cramp on the way to the freezer.
I'll just say,
Those are
hold
my
on.
curls, like
He was
lifting the
Coast Guard, so he
bag.
didn't have to do that. Maybe they had to do it in a swimming pool, but it's probably the same thing. Right? Didn't you guys
My
have to
curls
swim
are
like
the
a
tater
mile?
tot bag. No.
Yeah. Coast Guard. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, see, same thing. I
I'm
could
gonna
have done
swim
it in the
like
pool.
crazy.
Like, not going to happen. But it's just one of those things. So I think you were close. I mean, you've already done the work, right? You already done the work. And I think this is going to sound crazy. I think the door is going to fly open when you get to 50. You're at 37 right now, so you're pretty close to it. I think when you crack 50, the door will open. But I also think this is going to sound super messed up, but deal with it because we're family, I can tell you. this is going to be the year when it all changes, because now YouTube is going out of their way because of not luckily, this is a horrible way to say it, but I don't have a better analogy. So because of the idiotic stuff that's happened in the United States for the last year, all the companies in the world are coming to people that look like us and allowing us to just have sort of free reign. So our moment is now. Right? And there's still a lot of BS that's going on, and that BS will probably never go away. But there are a couple of companies out there that are reaching out, disingenuous or not, they're reaching out to try to get us to make our move. But there's also people who do care that are giving us an opportunity to make our move. YouTube just put out a female scholarship that's something like $20 million. So they're going after all of these creators. Then they put out a scholarship, a creator scholarship for Black creators. They put out a creator scholarship for Asian creators. So like, yo, I'm trying to hit the Black one and the Latino one, and I was straight dressed up like a girl to hit the female one too. I'm going all in. And I speak 2 of the 3 Asian languages. Hongo malo, Nihongo no koto ga dekimasu kara. Soshite mo iyo. Pay me, damn it, I'm coming. So I'm gonna just keep working and let the flower bloom. Nothing will stop me. I'm all the way up. That's a good lyric.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the
way.
Right now, I am going so hard till it hurts. Like, I am willing to take all the lactic acid right now, and because you are this close, and yeah, this is not the time. And you know what's going to suck the most? It's going to hurt the most right now, because you are in a position where the outside pressure will try to mess with your ability to turn into a diamond.
I think one of the problems is I care a lot. I care about like the people who are watching or people who I'm coaching, and then like the people who buy my course. Like I personally take on that responsibility. Like if you didn't learn it, then I didn't teach it right. And I feel like it's really exhausting sometimes, to the point where, and we haven't really talked about this a lot, but I did a back to school giveaway with a friend of mine 3 years ago. And I had a big rise in my channel. And then for 18 months straight, every single time I released a video, I lost 100 subscribers. So I didn't actually have positive subscriber growth for probably 18 months. And wow. It will just F with your head that you are just not a good creator or like worthy of, you know, whatever number of subscriber you have attached to you. And it's embarrassing sometimes. I've had this conversation with Roberto. Like we have a huge disproportionate number between the number of subscribers we have, the number of people that are watching our content, because we both sometimes do variety content, and people will try and weaponize and use those numbers against us to be like, you don't even get, 300 views on a video and you have 37,000 subscribers. And just like people for him, will be like, you have 400,000 subscribers and you can't break 2,000 views on a video. And it's like, dude, it's different when you also make variety content. But like those types of comments are so hurtful that when people leave them and we have to like sit there and internalize them. And it's been a dream of mine to, one time, I don't know if you ever watched this, it was on a Viper live stream where he literally, I call it plaqued someone. He took his 100,000 and he just kind of like threw it down on the table. Like, these are my credentials to someone. And I'm like, I have dreamed of that day for the past, like, I can't even tell you.
You talked about plaquing somebody in LGL. I was like, I can't wait for the day where I get to
I said, yeah, somebody. One day. Like, that is the ultimate. Like, I'm chasing this number just so that one day I can plaque someone and be like, shut up. Here's my credentials. You don't care about all the rest of it.
I thought you'd get one at 10. I thought when you hit Opal, you were going to get a plaque or bronze or whatever the heck it was.
You know what's funny is my husband went, maybe.
I can see
a shop on Etsy, and he got little 1,000 and 10,000 ones made for me. Like way back in the day when I hit those numbers. It was the sweetest thing.
That's beautiful.
It was really cute.
Because it helps. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like this is your year. I feel like, number one, I could always just vibe with your content. Like, I love to just pop in and see what you're doing.
I agree.
You're one of the cool kids. And
aww,
unfortunately,
I've never been a cool kid.
We will always be
I played clarinet in the
band.
band, not a cool kid.
So did I.
No.
Played clarinet.
Played the drums.
No, for real.
No, but then you grew up to like DJ and hang out with Biggie, and I grew up to like stay in my house for a year.
In the box and playing the wax records worked a little bit better for my.
You know what I'm saying?
But I started my music career playing clarinet, bro. Benny Goodman was my dude.
I wanted to
be him.
play saxophone, but at the time when we started, I was too little. They were like, "No, you can play clarinet." I'd always look over and I'd be like, "I could have been you."
Kenny G. I love Kenny G.
Oh my God! Did you just say Kenny G?
He
you guys
did.
are killing me.
He did.
Oh, that is too funny. That is too funny. Oh, bruh. I don't know how, but I'm just saying it. I'm gonna put it out there, and I will manifest it for you. This
Oh, good.
is
Thank you.
Shelly's year.
This is.
okay?
I'm hoping this is the year that I'm gonna retire again, and I'm gonna
Oh, you're definitely
do all the
retiring
things.
again.
Do all the things.
I'm gonna
Ready for
make it
you.
happen.
Here you go.
So, yes. What days work the best for you when you're like off, or do you got your 9 to 5 Monday through Friday type thing?
It depends. Where are you going with this? Where are you driving the bus?
No, so that I can have you come on the show, then we can start your movement, and then 2, so that we can figure out when I get with Caleb and I'm like, look, we're closing the Shelly Loop this freaking week, period.
You know, it's my fault because I'm supposed to write up the
Doesn't
proposal and
matter.
send it over, but I'm like,
We're
ugh,
gonna
I don't even know
close
what
the
to
loop this
write.
week. You don't have to know what to write. We're gonna Zoom call, screw writing, okay? Me, you, Caleb, Katie will get on a phone call and we're gonna close the fucking loop this week.
Actually, I was thinking about this. I was ruminating because I was like, I think it would be really
She
cool.
said ruminating.
Is that funny?
No, I love it, but no one says that. But I love that word. That's one of my favorite words. I have my list of favorite words that no one says that more people should use, and that happens.
You know what one of mine is? Loquacious.
Circumloquacious. I was
Oh,
doing
wow.
the Bobby.
I feel like people
Yes.
and
I
brouhaha.
say circumloquacious a lot because I can't stand circumloquacious people. And superfluous, another one.
Oh,
I hate
yes.
people who are
And
superfluous.
recapitulate.
I say recapitulate all the time. Oh my God. Don't even read in my dictionary. I like to use words that we should use that
Exactly.
we don't use.
You
Okay,
use
so
the proper
I-
word sometimes.
Here's how I got messed up, okay? I've read a thing that says that English people, meaning us, U.S. people, we use about 440 words in our entire vocabulary. And I'm like, no wonder the rest of the world thinks we can't speak. We have, the English language has like almost 400,000 words, but we use the same 440 words all day, every day.
You
So-
missed the conversation we were talking about earlier about, well, y'all were both saying that you're smart enough to be able to know multiple languages, and I'm not even there. But I was saying, like, I feel for people who are trying to sometimes learn English as a second language because we make up all these rules and then we don't hold to them. We have all these words that sound the same but mean completely different things. We have just like every single way to make it tougher for people
Yep.
to learn language, you know? And it's just like, and then we, not y'all, as a country, make fun of the people who haven't learned it properly as if one, there's some official language of the United States, which there is not.
There's not.
Which there is not, right? And then we make fun of them when most of the time they're working on 2, 3, 4 languages, and us in our idiotic ways of knowing one language and then thinking that a couple years of French or Japanese or Spanish in high school is enough to get you through the rest of life. Whereas other countries start from elementary school and do it the entirety of education. And then we're going to talk to them like they're dumb? Like, no.
Yep.
No. Like,
So and here's the other thing that's funny, because people don't know. And okay, so this is super funny. When I went to school in Japan, we had to give a thing about where we are from and what our native language is, right? / our nationality. So in my group, we had a girl here. She's blonde hair, blue eye, but she was in the Hawaii group because she went to University of Hawaii. So we were all there together. And my friend Kari comes up and he goes, "Hi, I'm Kari. I am from South Africa. I am African, and my native tongue is Afrikaans." And she, loud, in a room for 700 people, "But you're white."
oh, I think Charlize Theron got that a lot, you know, because she's
Yeah.
South African, and people were
And
like,
she
but you're
speaks
tall
Afrikaans
and blonde
extremely
haired.
well. Mm.
Like, huh?
They don't know.
Bruh,
South
that was
Africa
mind melting. And then the other one that's super funny is when I was in school, my Spanish teacher swore to God that I was cheating. Okay? Because my last name is Boyd, and I showed up in class every day in the back, stoned off my ass, no books, no paper, no nothing.
And still
Test,
you
straight
managed
A's.
to get A's on every quiz.
Right? So about halfway through the semester at midterm, you know, we had to write the paper. I write the paper, and she comes in and says, okay, you cheated. Who wrote this paper? I was like, I wrote the paper. She's like, no, you're cheating. And I was like, man, look, fuck you, right? So
I'm
she
sure your
says,
comprehension skills aren't there, but let me help you.
no. So
Got
she
it.
goes to the, she makes me go to the office, and then we come back, and I told the principal, I was like, that my teacher is racist. And she's like, why? And she's like, well, she's telling me that I can't possibly get straight A's on the Spanish test. I'm freaking Puerto Rican. Of course I can get straight A's on the Spanish test.
Exactly.
And then she said, well, you can't take this class. And I go, why not? Well, because you already know Spanish. And you know what I said? White kids take English.
Mic drop.
That was the end of that. I was like, you made it a requirement, right? Just like we have a requirement for, you know, like our track and field stuff. Like, I'm a state champion athlete. What, I can't, you know what I'm saying?
What
Like, I
what
have
was your
gold-
event? I was in track. Only my last year, but
220, the 330, intermediate hurdles, high hurdles, long jump, triple jump.
I was long jump, triple jump, high jump.
Oh, God.
Well, I played tennis.
I did that too.
I busted
cool.
my back on
Busted.
trying to learn how to do the
Busted.
Fosbury flop.
Busted.
I wrapped that gill, you know, the pole that says
Oh, yeah.
gill. Before they were made out of fiberglass, they were made out of aluminum. And I
Ooh.
bent that sucker around my back like a pretzel trying to do the Fosbury flop because I used to do the scissor over. And my coach was like, no, when you get the higher, you got to do the flop. And I screwed that. I jump up so bad. And then in pole vault, I missed the mat.
Oh no.
I bounced, and it was like the very edge of the mat, and boom, right on. Oh my God! It was only like from 11 feet, but that hurt like a son.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what's funny is I actually I did gymnastics up through my sophomore year or something like that. So I did it from 4 until sophomore, which is what, 16. So that's like a good 12 years, something like that. And I remember learning this whole other word because this was club gymnastics, and then learning like school sports, and like it was so different. Like everything about school sports just completely different, and it just blew my mind. But I did like tennis and track and swimming, diving, and it was really weird. It was just really weird. But I'll tell you, my disdain for running, even back then, because when we were on track, we would go to these meets and we would do 2 laps around. What is that? 500 meters then, something like that. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Holy crap! I was in the back of like the team captains of the track team would take us around the loop like twice. And then we'd all stretch together when we went to meets, right? Okay. I was literally in the back, huffing and puffing for my entire life, like bringing up the rear, being like, why are we doing this? This is the worst thing ever. And then I'm like, I do short burst, like high jump. I cannot do 2 times around the track. And every time I hated when we had to go anywhere else because I was like, I can't run. I can't run.
Excuse me, I'm going to the bathroom.
It's 880, by the way.
It's
2
what?
times around is 880, so that's a half
Okay,
a mile.
yeah, I couldn't do it. And they were just like, oh, just a quick couple times. And like all these people, like they're all fast, and I'm like in the back, and like with like, I don't even know, like the shot putters. Like I was behind the shot putters, like just
The
kill
funny
me
one
now.
is the middle distance guys, because we had guys in our school that could sprint the 880. Like they
Oh my
would run
gosh.
full. Long distance, I get it. You know, they're kind of just like chugging along, doing a little speed walk thing, kick it at the very end. But the middle distance guys, I always gave them the most credit because they would literally sprint an entire.
Oh no, the
half
guy at the
mile.
front was sprinting, like leading
Yeah,
the
what the
charge,
frick are you
you know,
doing,
and like
bruh?
they come through. They're not glistening. I am like, I'm like,
No.
I cannot, like, can I just do
I'm
one?
a sweater.
Like,
Yo, I'm like leaking. I got shit coming out of everywhere.
oh yeah, and I'm like, dude, I do the high jump. We go like 5 steps and then over the pole. Help me out here. Where do you think we're going? We're at a track meet. Save it for your event.
Oh, now I have to find this video. I saw this video on TikTok, and it was literally captured. And I knew exactly what was going to happen because I was a hurdler. It goes when the they set up the race and they put the hurdles on the wrong mark.
Oh,
right?
no.
So
Ooh.
you see this entire line of folks, right? And so on the track, you got the high hurdles and you got the intermediate hurdles.
Because
And
it's like
you
ingrained
start
in your
out,
head. Like how many
right?
steps until
So
the
it's
hurdle?
1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3,
and then
kick,
you're just
1,
on
2,
your
3,
face
kick.
if it's wrong.
Right? So on the
Ooh.
intermediates, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kick. Anyway, so you see the guys running the first 3 hurdles. They're doing it, and then you see the first guy trip, second guy trip, third, the entire row, everybody eats
my
it.
Oh,
Because the
no.
guy had put the hurdle on the wrong freaking mark. So when you go to do your kick,
Fired.
you're just out of range by like a little bit. And bruh,
Every single one of them on their face.
bruh,
Just.
it's funny, but not funny because
Oh, no,
like,
it's
I
funny.
have gone over the hurdle where it was on the wrong mark, and it is not a good feeling, especially when you face plant the one that's a little bit further.
You know how it has like the J, you know,
Yeah.
you know, how, and you get it the wrong way, and it's gonna kind of like swing down and then kind of come back. And I had done that where I kicked it with the front because I didn't quite make the, and so somehow because I am special, I was able to push it forwards and still have it swing back and get me on my ass within like the same. And they were like, maybe hurdles isn't for you. And I was
Bruh.
like, I know. You
My
guys.
coach was like, I'm going to take you out of hurdles because my friend and I would practice so much because we were like the top 2 guys in the state. We would practice so much that we started trying to get our foot where it would just kiss the top of the
Just
hurdle.
over, yeah.
So that way you can get it super tight. And this is going to be TMI for you guys that don't any better. You just almost wanted to touch the huevos on the top on the way down because you want to be that tight because that's where that last couple of hundredths of a second were coming from. So we were going against, I mean, in high school, we were competing at college meets like Penn relays because we were that fast.
Huevos
Anyway,
means
so-
balls, people. Yeah, we're just trying to be
So-
polite.
We
There you go.
we was trying to get that kick like so well timed. I actually kicked through a gill hurdle and like split that sucker, and it was like swinging like this. And then my coach was pissed because they were brand spanking new, and you know, hood schools, we ain't got no money. And so my friend Leonard, he couldn't be outdone. He kicked through 2 more.
There's always a Leonard in the group, and they're always trouble.
All right.
Hey,
I just
Leonard
knew
was
when you said
actually
Leonard, I was
number
like, this
one.
is not going to end well.
I was number 2. Leonard was actually the fastest. I hated him for it. But he kicked through 2 hurdles. I said we broke 3 hurdles in the same day. And like, we're hood school. We don't have that kind of paper to go get more hurdles. It was just kind of funny.
Oh my
Anyway,
gosh.
I
No,
gotta
we
go
were
make
saying
a
though,
video,
ruminating,
so I'm out.
originally way back,
Ruminate.
I was saying ruminating. I was saying I think it would be really fun as part of the, I was thinking of putting this in the proposal was I wanted to grab some of the people that I know that are doing really well with like shorts and whatnot. So like Lisa from Telehue Foods and like Hallie Smith from like TikTok, who's like 1.5 million people over there. And I was like, it'd be really cool to sometimes not just do the tutorial, but actually hear from the people who are having success with these like kind of videos.
100%.
So I wanted to have that as part of the proposal. I just haven't written it. I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, so you interviewing other people that are already murdering it without saying that again, YouTube, sorry. Yeah. that
Be
would be good.
demonetized.
As part of it, because like some of it is like, of course, there's a ton of tutorials, and I'm like, yeah, we can show you a few things, but like that's not enough for like a 6-part series, you know. So I was like, that's the beginning, and then show you, but then like let's talk about like what it's actually doing, how they're actually using it.
Yeah, and I you know, now that I think about it, if I ever get demonetized for saying that, I'm gonna have to tell them to have a human check it, because I always say something murdered something, not like a person
Yeah.
murdered a person. That's part of the vernacular, bodied it, you know, like so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
You said vernacular. That's one of my favorites. I also like nomenclature.
I say nomenclature.
Nomenclature, that's military,
How many
right-
times do you
right
hear me
up.
say, people, you have to use the proper nomenclature. Don't tell me I'm being,
Pedantic.
anal
I love that one
retentive.
too.
you need to know this, because when you go to search Google with the wrong nomenclature, you get the wrong answers.
Yes.
You have to know the difference between echo and slapback. There's a difference, and know it. Don't be like that. you
El
know?
Jefe is saying a secondary benefit is bringing in more ladies that are crushing it. And I'm like, exactly.
Call it
Ladies.
back.
Why
In-
are there
in the
not
point.
a lot more ladies? Yeah.
Well, then you
Or
should
Spanish
also go on.
speakers,
You
if
should
you
go
want
on
to-
Saturday.
Facetious is a
with-
good one too. I like that one.
Oh, don't be facetious. Don't be facetious. So go on Saturday
Don't be
night with
suspicious.
India and ladies of live stream.
Mhm.
You will never recover. Because she's
Yeah.
mental.
That is always
That's
fun.
my little sister. She's mental, but she's cray.
Some of them are a little too energetic for me. I'm a little bit more like down puppy. Like,
Oh, you and India should do the ice and fire and ice show then, because she's always 100 miles an hour. But then again, she's Puerto Rican. That's how we
see,
do.
and that's the thing is like, whenever I watch Luria, I'm like, can I get you a Nitol? Can I help you? I mean, I love it and I want to dance with her and like all the things, but I am exhausted watching her, and she's so
too much
great, but I'm
energy.
just like, I never could do that. But that's her
That's super
personality,
funny.
so.
I can't. It's too much speed for me. I tried. She's like, you gotta dance. I'm like, man, I'm
I will
54.
dance.
I'll die.
In fact, we can do a little boogie right now, because usually the deal is if anyone does like a super chat or anything like that, we do a dance. So I will play the music, we will do a little boogie, and I will show you. And then, but that's really all people get. It's like 15 seconds. So let me pick a song, and then you guys will boogie with me. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves, and I will find a song. Actually,
How about-
tell me your favorite songs to DJ too, you know?
Oh, I don't have a favorite song. It's an impossible mission for somebody like me. But most of the songs that are my favorite, you couldn't play anyway, but because it would be like Biggie tracks. But yeah. Strange enough, one of my favorite nightclub songs is Santeria, because
Oh, yeah.
I would get the whole crowd to sing it, and it sounds so
I
good
ain't got no
when you have a
crystal
good
ball.
sing along.
I had
Or
$1
any
million
good sing along
but
song, like
I spent it all. If I could find that Hana and that Sancho that she found. Okay, 1 second. Oh, there's actually a thing in here that has Clubhouse in the name. So, oh,
Dead in the sun.
what I really wanna
I
know,
love those songs.
my baby. What I really wanna say, I
Yeah,
can
can
define. Okay, here we go. Into club. Get ready to boogie. Let me find my overlay, and
All I can think of is, whoa, you can really dance. Whoa, you
And
can
he
really
said-
dance.
and now we've both been dancing all this time. What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
I don't know why this reminds me of a Chance record.
Oh, I like that. All right, we can come off of the dancing. Thank you for indulging me in hanging out with
course.
me. It's always
I
fun.
appreciate it.
And I always throw the overlay on because people feel less self-conscious dancing under bubbles and sparkly lights. So, you know, if you're partially obfuscated, then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, yeah, break loose.
It's funny. It's
The
super
bubble.
funny. The bubble is bubblicious. Like, what is it? You ever see the Geico commercial with tag team?
Back again.
Yeah.
They got
No, they got a Geico commercial. They're like French vanilla, Rocky Road, chocolate,
Yes,
peanut butter scoop,
yes.
go scoop.
There it is.
Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate,
Latte,
chocolate.
chocolate, whoop.
Bro, that cracks me up so hard. Like,
You know what that
I
song always
absolutely love
reminded
that.
me of, though? I put my hand up on your hip. When I
Oh,
dip, you
wow.
dip, we
You
dip.
dip,
You
you
put
dip,
your hand
yeah.
up on my hip.
my hip.
When I dip, you dip, we dip. You know, I don't know why. I just always, those two were always like right there. And then all of a sudden it rolled into like Tootsie Roll and just.
Yeah.
That's a good song. That's a good
That's
song.
wrong. Oh my goodness, you're giving me
Oh, yeah.
flashbacks now.
Mhm.
Well, I think one thing that's nice of when we are people of a certain age, we can say those kind of references and people actually understand what
get
they
it.
are. I feel like the kids these days, I feel like old man yelling at cloud. I'm like, you don't even know this song. And they're like, it was before I was born. And then I was like, oh, oh.
I'm just waiting for dun dun dun. Give me that donkey butt and them big old legs. I ain't too proud to beg. Ain't no swing in that thing. Just bring it down and beg it like James, please, please. Right, that donkey. Yeah, see, there we go.
You know what I-
broke the whole street.
You know what I don't like? I don't understand why there aren't more funk songs sometimes, like Wild Cherry, like play that funky music. Like
Oh,
when they have
it's
like
so
we have that
good.
drop that comes in and like Dun 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 dun. Oh, where is music like that? You know?
You know, I had a flashback session with a homie of mine the other day, and we were talking about. I don't know if you remember this song by Average White Band, but it was like the funkiest thing. And I remember like, oh my God, this is so good. And then I found out it's a bunch of cats from Scotland. And I was like,
And you're like, excuse me, what?
Really? Like they were
Oh
just
my
bad.
God.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
since we already got demonetized and everything, have you heard of Marty Ray Project?
No.
Okay. So he did like a reggae version of Ice Ice Baby.
Really?
It blew my mind. And I met him at like through Podfest and everything. And then I was like, what was that? And it kind of like wormed its way into my brain. And I was just like, yes, we're doing this. So you know, indulge for 1 second. I am going to play you this version because it was freaking amazing. And since we're not making any money anyways, we might as well. I'll make you guys suffer through it because we can. 1 second. If you're down.
Yeah.
I'm
You
done
gotta hear
with
this.
Green, right?
Marty Ray Project, though, oh, it was so good. And I was just like, oh, dude, it's totally blowing my brain, like the way that he did this. And I was like, it's so good. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. 1 minute. I am playing.
Other songs now.
Oh, yeah.
You don't actually have to listen if you're not in. I won't force it.
I love music, but I was just thinking of another song. I just went out of my head. I had it in my head, and it
Whoop.
went away.
Thinking
There it
how
is.
is that song?
I hate that.
That's what I'm thinking. Like how he do it.
Oh, yeah. Because I was like, you should appreciate this. You could just imagine that you're doing back at the Apple Genius Bar. You're singing this on a Sunday
there's
after
a really
you've.
dope album called Twist of Marley, which is like a Marley but slightly jazzed album, and it's funky. Like, I love it. Oh, I could do that too. Funky, cold Medina.
Ugh, Tone Lokeman. You know that Sir Mix-a-Lot is from Seattle. And so when he's talking about My
absolutely.
Posse's on Broadway is
100%.
the street in Capitol Hill where there is a Dick's.
Bro,
Oh.
I love that song. My
Go
posse's
to
on
Seattle,
Broadway.
Broadway, and get the bag of dick. There you go.
That was cool.
And there are several Dick's. And you know that up until recently, they didn't even accept credit cards. Like they were a cash-only establishment for many, many,
cash.
many years. Yeah. And you know, like,
That's the
we
good
will know
business right
that
there.
you are not from Seattle if you ask them to do anything. They have a hamburger, a cheeseburger, and like a Dick's Deluxe. And there's no like, can I have ketchup? Like, it's like, do you want this or do you not want this? Like, they do
love
no
those kind of
special
places.
like nothing. You get nothing.
I love those kind of places. Yeah? You either eat it or you don't.
Yeah.
I love
Leave.
those places. Let's get out of here. Can I get a vegan tofurkey?
And they're like, yeah, I can get you some water. Like, that's what you
most
want some
vegan
water?
thing
You can have some water. Like, that's all
I
you
have
get.
nothing against like a dietary, plant eater, but the people that just decided to do it and get mad at other people.
That
if you
aren't?
decide to do it
Ugh.
and you realize your life is going to be harder and you make efforts to cover that, fine. You're good,
Yeah.
right? But
Why
if
you
you
not
just
so
like decide to do
inclusive?
that and you think everybody's supposed to bend their will to you,
Yeah.
nuh-uh, player.
Or it's like,
Nah.
I don't care what religion you want to be. Just don't force it on anyone else. Like, that's the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Just like it's just like I don't want to niche down, but my channel's not growing. All right, cool. Knock yourself out. I did it. 14 years doesn't work. I can tell you it don't work, but you don't gotta listen to me.
All right, you guys ready for a reggae version?
She's ready.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm still going to murder it, but... Oh, shit, I'm not supposed to say that word. I was probably not supposed to say shit either.
You can say shit now. I did a video about it last week.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, that's where I heard it. Yep.
You could actually say shit now.
All right, here we go. Alright, stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flowing like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights, I'll glow to the extreme. I rock a mic like a vandal, light up the stage, wax a chump like a candle. Seriously, wax a chump like a candle? Dance,
rhymes.
bum rush the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom, deadly.
when I play my dope melody. Anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better gain weight. You better hit the bullseye, the kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Ice, vanilla ice, vanilla ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby.
Would have never.
It was something
known.
like that. But
So
Sounds good.
you just got me. I can't play this. Wait, you have got. Do you know about Nina Gordon?
no.
Okay, dude. About 10. No, I take it back. Gotta be longer than that. Gotta be like 13 or 14 years ago. This chick named Nina Gordon did Straight Outta Compton, and she did it exactly like you just did it. And,
Oh, wow.
and you just made me think of it because it's so dope. Straight Outta Compton, I'm a crazy named Ice Cube from a groove card with attitude. It is.
Oh my God.
I'ma wanna run, my boys they wanna run. When you know you tell you come undone. Oh my God, it is so fire, and you just reminded me of that. She's like, she's Veruca Salt, right? She's the lead singer from Veruca Salt, which is
Oh, okay.
another like one of those like, I want to say like Pacific Northwest style band. So I'm gonna send it to you in the chat so that you can listen to it at your leisure, and you will crack up laughing. It is so good. And then so a little bit later, some dude did a similar like version like that of Umbrella, and his name is Dan something, and he's like, under my umbrella, Ella. Hey.
I'm actually
it's-
mad that I didn't think of something like that, because usually,
Oh
and
my God.
Efren, you can say, my whole thing is I do Sunday sad songs or something like that, because I
Yeah,
will just
I
take
love it.
songs that like should be happy, or songs that are slow, and like depressify them. So it's like you listen when you're ready to be sad and cry inside. I don't know. That's just my gift, is to make sads very depressing. Songs very, very depressing. It's actually really funny though. So last night you were on the stream, right? You were listening and stuff. Totally like not nervous because you weren't there. Just there. My voice was shaking and then my hands were shaking. I was just like, oh my God, like I don't play
Really?
in front of people, like with people. Like if you weren't on screen, I was just like streaming to the one person on Twitch. Okay. But like having you both here, that actually like, whew, yeah, I was all nervous. I got all flushed.
It's funny. I think another thing that I do a lot, which is kind of crazy, is I love to just make up my own words to songs.
All the
So I'll keep
lonely
the pat- I
Starbucks
keep the-
lovers, right?
I keep all of
You
the
heard those
patterns
like
and stuff.
commonly misheard lyrics too all the time.
Oh, the commonly
Oh, I
misheard
love those.
lyric stuff is funny. It's super funny, but yeah, and I am still like 6 months later still stuck on old Fleetwood Mac songs because of Nathan riding his skateboard.
Oh yeah.
Cause like I was deep in the Fleetwood Mac. Like yeah, I'm a very eclectic music listener.
Same.
Michael Bublé, I love all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Michael
I
Buble's
love a
great,
singer
yeah.
songwriter as much as I love a straight lyricist, right? So like yeah, music is music to me. Like I've never been. They go, well, I like all music except country. That's not all music. All except is not a freaking sentence, you Jack Weevil. All and except cannot be long in the
Don't
same
you know
sentence.
you always pick the lesser of two weevils?
And they also wobble, but they don't fall down.
They weevil and they wobble. Yeah.
Okay, I got a song for you to end your party tonight. I need to call Diana before she goes to sleep. Munchichi, oh so soft and cuddly.
Wow.
Yeah. It's gonna get stuck in your head now. You're gonna be.
That's
I love
gonna
to
be right up there with
earworm
like
people.
ting ting walla walla bing bang.
Oh my god, I love to
ee,
earworm
ooh,
people so bad because I have it horribly. Whatever I hear, I will be stuck with that forever, and I always earworm songs I can't stand. I used to be like, "Room, I've done it again." I started in my
Actually-
heart. I'm not that innocent.
I do a version of Toxic, which is
Oh.
still one of my favorites, but like very slow, and again will make you want to pretty much just apparently kill yourself. So there you go.
I think that song was probably written initially as a slow song, and somebody copied it. And you know what I mean? When I find out, like, how many pop songs that started out as like country ballads that got flipped, it's kind of mind blowing. There's a couple of good documentaries about that on YouTube, about songs that are super pop songs that started out really, really bad, or songs by famous singers that used to be like blues songs, but nobody knows the original.
You know what I
was
love
something
too?
else.
Are songs that you didn't know are written by other artists. You know, like when everyone is all up on like Sinead O'Connor, but like that was a Prince song for like
That was a
Nothing
Prince
Compares
song.
to You,
Exactly.
or like just
Yeah.
like all of
Wow.
these like amazing songs sometimes that I'm like, oh, Chicago. Oh, you mean before Peter Cetera Chicago? Like, you know, or like all of these different. I'm like,
I
that's
love
not
that.
even their song,
baby, I
dude. It's
love
not even
your
Air
way.
Supply. It's actually this other person. Before Celine Dion, it was Air Supply, and before Air Supply, it was, you know, The Power of Love with someone else, and you know,
love
it's
that.
crazy.
I absolutely love that. There's a good thing that comes out by the New York Times on their YouTube channel where they go in and get the history of songs like that, and I love that kind of stuff more than anything, because strangely enough, a lot of really popular Elvis songs were written by a brother in Tennessee who was a blues singer, but at the time he wasn't going to get any play because he was a brother from Tennessee, right? So Elvis actually paid him and took the songs and made them famous, but even when he tried to give credit to the original person, like the news and the people wouldn't cover
They don't
it.
want to hear that.
So
Yeah.
it didn't come out till after Elvis was dead that this like, you know, basically homeless black dude on the train tracks in Tennessee wrote a large portion of Elvis's songs, like stuff
Wow.
like that.
Or you remember, like,
when I hear that, it's like
Shanice
so dope.
with Babyface. You know,
Yes.
he wrote so many of. Tony Braxton with Babyface, and like, you know that Dido wrote I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman for Britney Spears. I mean, there's just like all of these different, yeah.
Really?
Or like
See,
all of
you
these
just
songs
made
like
me think of
Sia
another
with
one,
like Flow
Susan
Rider
Vega.
and
I love Susan Vega.
yeah. Who?
Like
Oh, yeah.
And like the guys from PM Dawn were prolific songwriters. You know, they wrote a lot of songs for a lot of people that you wouldn't know. And still to this day, one of my favorite YouTube videos is how many songs are written Pocket Bell and Pocket Bell, Cat
Yeah.
and D. Like how many songs come
Yeah.
from that? And every time I see that video, I roll because it's hilarious and it still stands to this day. Like it's classic. It's
PM
super
Dawn, I
classic.
still love. I Die Without You.
Oh my God.
That's my jam. I play that one. It's so good.
That song, oh my God. You talk about bringing the feels? That song brings the feels. See, like, I love music to the point where I'll catch feels on songs.
Oh yeah, well, like
And
the first time when you hear like Adele, well, okay, so here's a weird one. So Adele, when she covered so many of them, "Make You Feel My Love," which was a Garth Brooks song, which was, you know, like, but then when she did "Love Song," which was The Cure, and then when she did oh shoot, what was the other one? Another one, but it was famous by someone. Anyways. But the first time, I say, if you're going to get in your feels, when the first time you heard "Someone Like You" from Adele, that is just one of those songs that does something to
That's
you.
just a dope
right?
song. It's
Just
a dope
like
song.
A Woman's
and
Work,
It's funny because dudes
like
were
with
not
Maxwell.
supposed to love it. Dudes would secretly listen to that and be like, oh, yeah, that's the cut.
Well, just like Olivia Rodrigo with the new driver's license song, people like lose their shit over that song. And I'm like, yeah, it's a good one.
It's a good song. Like,
It's a good one.
Like it's kind of crazy, but yeah, I love the singer songwriters because it's something that I think I always wanted to do, and I did many rap songs, but for some reason in my head they weren't the same. You know what I mean? Like I've written tons of rap songs and I've performed them in front of some of the most famous
I think they're very
artists in
different.
the world. But it's
Than, like,
it's
singing.
different. Yeah, writing a singer-songwriter song, something, and this is gonna sound super crazy. I think the first song that ever got me as a kid that made me wanted to be a singer-songwriter is "Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon." The
Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Bruh.
When you're coming home,
Like,
son,
I
I
was
don't
like,
know
yo,
when.
big, and I was
We'll
like,
get together
bruh.
then. Yeah, it was
Because
good.
that at that time, my real father was like going back and forth at Vietnam and trying to get people to come home, right? He was special forces, so he kept having to go find people and bring them back. And so he kept leaving, and I was too young to understand. And then when I would hear it, you know, on radio, and I'm like, yeah, where's my
Fucking
dad
nerve.
coming back, you know?
I feel
And,
that way
yeah.
around oh shoot, I just lost it. Keep talking.
The
It was a
the
good
other
one.
that did it for me was Ben. Which is funny because I can't stand rats. And if that movie, there was a soundtrack for a movie about rats, but
You're talking
the song
Ratatouille?
Ben from Michael Jackson. Ben about your way to pass. Maybe we will bring salvation
Oh.
back.
Yeah.
That's a good
Where
song.
we going,
It's I'll Be There.
I'll be there.
When Mariah Carey
I'll be
remade it
there.
and then made it like amazing again with Trey Lorenz. Like that is something like you can't not feel something when you
I'll be there to comfort you.
build my world of dreams around you.
Damn.
I'm so
All
glad
right,
I found
y'all
you.
are killing me. I gotta go call Dad before she kills me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate you guys so much, and now we just demonetized the heck out of it.
Yup. Thanks a lot, guys. No,
Okay,
it's fine.
I'm gonna
No, but
leave
thanks
you
for
with
hanging out
one
with me.
thing before I leave. One piece of advice. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life's
Life in
fantastic.
plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair.
Ah, tell her what you want. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a good one
Thank
too.
you so
know
much.
what? When they had two become one, that was a jam for them.
That was okay. Remember, this week we're gonna close this
Oh.
loop. Okay.
Yeah.
Shelly, I'm gonna bother you, and I'm gonna send you Nina Gordon to your chat.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. Aloha. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. E.
Mahalo.
Oh man.
I know. I don't even know how you like follow up that. So
That's fun.
I think I might go to bed soon too. What? Oh no. What time is it where you
I'm
are?
off. I'm off.
Oh, that's right.
It's 2:00 in the morning here.
You lucky duck. Except for the
Yeah.
2:00 in the morning part. I'm sorry. Keep you up
Oh.
so late.
I'm great. I actually stay up this late. Well, you saw me last night.
Yeah. Well, that's true. You know what's really weird is I'm definitely a night owl. I don't know. You know how I don't know if you put much stock into the people archetypes where they say like
Yeah.
you're a bear or you're a bird or you're a
Everybody's
dolphin.
an owl in this house.
I will stay up until 2 a.m, but I can't. I do not like to get up before 6 a.m. I'm just no, thank you. No, thank you. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. What's on the docket for tomorrow? Are you creating then content and whatnot? And you said you're streaming on Wednesday, so
I'm streaming on Wednesday. I'm doing a course for vMix with the Creators Guild with David.
what do you mean you're doing a course? Like taking a course or you're giving a course?
We're actually I made a basics course for eCam that is going to be free on there, and on the creatorsguild.com, creatortoolkit.com. So I'm doing the vMix portion of it as well. He's doing OBS, and we're probably gonna do more, but just the basics of how to get you live, and then in the future we're doing something that's probably a little, course that is paid. But
I like that you're doing more of the basic stuff because I thought about doing like a live streaming for beginner type thing too, because it is so intimidating when you're getting started. And then like, not for nothing, like I love being in the group and everything and all the people are really nice, but like, I don't think I've ever felt worse about myself as being a creator than when I watched everyone's like photos start rolling in on this like show me your battle station post. And I was like, I've got none of that, you guys. I've got like, I thought I was rolling high because I got a couple of ring lights and, like I just upgraded from getting my camera off a tripod into like one of these arms. And I mean, you saw my webcam situation, like, like, and I was actually patting myself on the back that I'm going to be able to do an overhead shot. And like these people have like separate dedicated huge cameras for these other things. And I was like, I got none of that.
Well.
I got none of that. and it's funny is because I was like,
nobody knew.
I thought I was advanced. Not advanced with my rubber bands and twist ties. So I was like, oh God. So I'm glad. I remember at one point, thinking I saw that Rob Balasabas was going to create like a streaming boot camp or something like for beginner type thing. And I remember one of the first times that I ever was talking to Doc Rock and he was talking about like, who am I in the grand scheme of the world? And I'm like, dude, you're the one who goes in and makes like live streams like legit, like
Yeah.
big time baller things. So you don't need to like futz around with like this is my first live stream type thing, because apparently that's my group of people. Your people are not that. Like, your people are the ones not afraid to spend some money on like some equipment and such. And I remember Rob was going to start one though, and I don't think he ever finished the course, but I was like, there should be more courses for people who are just like ready to jump into live and get into it.
We're trying to do something free, something free so people can actually start, and they can actually subscribe to David's channel through Amazon Prime on Twitch, and that gets them into a guild, which is basically like the name of this program.
You'll have to school me in Twitch, because I don't understand how like anything works over there. Like, they've got their whole own money system, and like everything to me is literally a foreign language to me over on Twitch. And I had a long discussion with Chris Perillo. I don't know if you know him, but he's an OG YouTube / Seattle kind of area creator. But I was saying how like I enjoy like multi-streaming, I enjoy being on YouTube, and he has kind of like really gone full force on Twitch and whatnot. And we were talking pros and cons of doing the different things. But like I was in one of his streams, he's got all these like crazy overlays, and he's got people donating, bits and doing all these things. And I'm like, I would not even know where to start. And because my entire time on Twitch, except for just recently, I've had a horrific experience on Twitch. I've had more trolls than I've ever had. I had some kid, I don't know if I ever told you this story, like basically harassing me, like to the point where I had to turn off like comments, raids. Like, you couldn't comment unless you followed me for a while, because he was sending all kinds of like racist stuff and sexist stuff. And he then got into like my Calendly and sent me a calendar event with like obscenities all over it. And he was just like, I mean, just awful things. And then I ended up finding his father months later, and we had a conversation about what his son was doing. But that entire thing like scared me off Twitch. That I was just like, this is what I get on Twitch. So I was just like, I don't want to be on Twitch.
It's the audience as well. It's Twitch is a lot of gaming, and it's a lot of like kids reality, and then kids apparently it's trolling is really cool. I don't freaking get it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm too old for Twitch or not. I don't know. I was just like, this is not cool. So now like I'll push there. I'll push a signal there, but like I don't really interact or do anything over on Twitch, because that entire experience was so traumatizing. I think I just changed the thing where you can raid people now, where I just turned it on like maybe last week, and I haven't talked to this kid in like 3 or 4 months or something. Like, I'm still that emotionally scarred from it.
Yeah,
So.
of course.
Ugh. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I don't do anything. I concentrate more on YouTube, and then I use Restream to everything out. I do have LinkedIn Live, but LinkedIn Live.
Oh my gosh, I've applied like 4 times.
I applied 12 times and spent 4 months sending them messages every day until they got me.
Yeah,
That's all you
they don't want me on their
Hold
platform, or I don't know, because every time like I just go and then the ticket gets closed, and I'm like, cool.
I open it back.
Well, I just start a new ticket, but it's just like, yeah.
No, I opened the same one for 4 months in a row.
Oh, can you reopen the ticket?
Yes, you can reopen it and say, why did you close it? Oh, no. And I was mean there until I got it.
Yeah.
But now, 30 frames per second, I'm like, ugh, I gotta do a full stream alone for it. So
okay, you say that like it's like I stream, I think, in 30 frames a second. I don't do 60 frames. In fact, it's funny, it's, when you stream on Amazon, you can only do 720. So, which is just weird. I mean, it's like the same quality as a potato, but like, anyways. Yeah, I don't stream in
for everything else.
Anything.
That's why. I'm like, oh.
Do you do 60 frames? Wow.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because you probably have an M1 Mac and all this new equipment, and I do not.
I'm using a PC. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm using a PC. Yeah. But I do have an M1 Mac.
Of course you do.
That's correct. I use both because, obviously, I'm a nerd. I love freaking computers.
Yeah, I love stuff, but at some point, it's kind of like, I would be willing to like buy more stuff if YouTube were paying me like enough money to cover the cost of a lot of some of the stuff and offset it, but it's really not. So everything that I'm spending is like
my 5 years to change my Mac was up anyways. So I was like, I actually got 2 months before. I got the regular Mac, right, with the Intel chip, and 2 months here comes the M1. I'm like, really? So I called and basically begged for them to change it, and they.
That's nice. Well, I mean, at the same time too, it's like they're still keeping your money, you know, like they're getting money.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah.
It's cool. So, but the M1 is a whole another level for streaming.
nice. Okay, so maybe you'll pop into the live stream though for members tomorrow.
Definitely,
Because
yeah.
anything that you want to chat about, and if I didn't give people a ton of time, and I know some people are like working, so if it's just you and I, you can always we can always pop into a thing, and we can, if you think of any questions too, happy to answer them. Although I'm sure
And
you're like, why would I listen to this
I
girl?
saw the email yesterday, and I meant to reply with a question, and I just.
No, it's good. I just want to make sure that you guys like actually get some actual time to have your questions answered and stuff. So
Cool.
All right, so I'm gonna jet because that was a long stream. Thank you for hanging out with me as long as you did. That was really awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Anything you want
Thanks
to
for
say to the
inviting me. I
people?
appreciate it.
Oh my God, yeah, of course.
Hello, Shelly.
Well, actually, you know what? Thank you for doing that because I don't tell
coffee.
people to do it for
Buy her
myself.
coffee.
What's that?
Buy her coffee.
Oh, shut up. No. And if you want to, you can follow. Oh, no, you're on this side. You can follow Efren, Dr. Elo, on his
Right.
YouTube channel. Oh, that reminds me. I'll go and I'll link you and Doc Rock in my description. I'll go do that now.
Mine's pretty easy. Is /C/ Dr.
What?
Mine's pretty easy. Is /YouTube.com/C/Dr. Elo. So it's-
Oh, no. I know your channel name.
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding me? I know your channel.
No, I like the URL is that URL that you come whenever you go to my channel. It's long as not the one for some reason.
Yeah. I got you. I'll figure it out.
Thank you, Ting.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with us. And for any of the members that might still be watching this or on the replay, we'll be doing a members only live stream tomorrow at 5:30 to replace the Amazon Would You Buy That while we're on hiatus because Scott has a daughter who's on swim team. So we can't do that stream for a little while until they're ready to come back. But then if you want to come hang out with us again, Thursday, live streaming more, Triple T Thursday. I'm going to have a guest, and his name is Brent. He is from BYOT, which is Bring Your Own Tools. He's a fellow Seattle YouTube creator who's grown over 100,000 subscribers here and on TikTok. So if you want to kind of have a conversation about specialty niche like construction and using across multiple platforms, come hang out with us. Cool. All right. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and I will see you guys in a video very soon. Bye.
Bye.